to Pregame Field live here at Georgetown High School for tonight's ball game between your Georgetown Eagles, the Copperas Cove Bulldawgs. I'm Wally Harper alongside me, Kelly DeVaul, Holden Tulick, and down on the field and joining us shortly will be Doppler Dave England. Kelly, the Cowboys coming into the season 1-0 after a big win on Sunday, but more importantly, your Georgetown Eagles coming to the ball game.
Well done, sir.
2-0 after two big wins, one in the opening ball game, 54-14 over Victoria East, and then last week on the road a big win in Belton. I believe it was 39-10 in the final for Georgetown. Advanced 2-0, but a different look tonight. The Copperas Cove Bulldawgs come into tonight's ball game. They are 1-1 on the season, but they have put up 90 points in the two games they played, and a 1 point loss to Glenn last week. And so maybe a different look we get from the Copperas Cove Bulldogs than last time we played in a 37-7 win for Georgetown.
We talked about it at the coaching show. We talked about it in the pregame. You'll see it in just a few minutes. But Coach Griffin knows this is an entirely different Copperas Cove team than we have seen in the past few years. Their offensive line is enormous. Those guys are huge, and it's going to be a challenge at the point of attack for our defensive line to see if they can get past these guys. Last year, they had several big offensive linemen who weren't all that athletic, and our defense did well. But if there's a little more athleticism in these big guys, they average well over 300 pounds along that front line. So I think that's going to be the biggest challenge for the defense tonight. The offense, I think they've got some corners that can stay with our receivers, so it's going to be a matter of timing, making sure the patterns are where they're supposed to be, and the run game is going to be crucial.
Georgetown Eagle football is powered by Griffin Farm and Livestock, proud sponsors of Georgetown Eagle football, and first responder broadcasting. Countdown to kickoff by River Ranch Provision, local source for premium hunting and fly fishing gear and apparel. We are so excited to be back home at Pregame Field for tonight's ball game. A road experience for us personally, for our broadcast team. We pulled it off. It wasn't the best ever, and we appreciate your sticking with us through that 6.5 by 6.5 room that all five of us shoved into, and quite the experience. But I tell you what, it makes you appreciate home, and we are glad to be back here at Pregame Field. What a busy weekend for Pregame Field. Last night, the Eastview Patriots victorious over the Belton Tigers, 48-14 here on a Thursday night. Georgetown tonight against Copperas Cove, and I believe tomorrow night Southwestern plays their college game here at Pregame. So a lot of activity going on here on the Georgetown High School campus.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to be around the stadium when there's so much going on. And, you know, we come to the games, JV games, back behind us is the practice field. I say practice field, the sub-varsity field back there, track stadium. Lots going on. Just makes us even more appreciate living in Georgetown, Texas. And now we're under the Friday Night Lights. Very excited about kickoff tonight.
A beautiful night here tonight. Holden, some things that we were talking about earlier here in the booth while getting ready to go. Some different numbers to look at for Copperas Cove, for Georgetown, and what this offense has done. How important are those numbers going to come into play is what we wonder tonight in a tougher defense that this Georgetown team's going to face.
Yeah, the last two games we've outscored our opponents 93-24, including 83-0 in the first half. So we've been getting out to very sustained and very large leads early in the game, and we're going to need to get to see that. If it can't continue, we're going to need to see this offense be able to adjust and be able to perform well even if they get outside of the rhythm. The last two games they've been able to get into everything they want very early. This defense is going to do everything they can to prevent that from happening. So that's going to be a big question for McDougal. How can you play out of structure, off rhythm, and then getting the offense back into the flow if they get step backwards?
Last week, Davin Sedgwick had a big night, 2 catches for touchdowns at both long ones, 1 play with drive on one of them. Davin had a great night, showing that deceptive speed, that long legs, and the height that he brings in at the wide receiving court. And then you had Xavier Warren getting out on the other side of jet speed for one of them, and then the ball thrown up into the corner by Caleb McDougal for another touchdown. Caleb Westfall finding. But the key, I think, Kelly and Holden, we got to really discuss it and be maybe just upfront about it. And my concern is, can this team play 4 quarters? They haven't had to do it. They've laxed. It seems like they've gotten softer in the second half, being in big league situations. How do you keep that from happening if we run into that tonight and this team not allow that to backfire? It's because they haven't experienced it.
Yeah, that's going to obviously fall on the coaching staff, how well they can prepare the team mentally, physically to prep 4 quarters, even if they're not That goes back to practice, what they're doing with conditioning, and that also is reflected on the second team. Obviously, those guys are not playing the early games, they're playing the second parts. So if someone is to go down, those guys who aren't technically conditioned for quarters, they're conditioned for the second half. So it's really going to be a testament to this coaching staff, how well they're getting these players conditioned and ready for these games, especially later in the season. Injuries pile up, guys get kind of banged up here and there, and whether or not they can go for quarters, it's going to be a big test for this coaching staff.
Part of what was interesting was, and we talked to one of the coaches up here about it, Copperas Cove came out in the locker room very, very, very early. 5:30 to start their warm-ups, and I haven't seen the team come out that early, so now they're going back into the locker room very early, 30 minutes before kickoff, so it's going to be interesting to see what the Heat does. We're going to find out tonight which is the best conditioned football team out of these two.
Copperas Cove comes in at 6A Region 2 District 12, aligned with the Bryan Vikings, Copperas Cove, Killeen Kangaroos, the Harbor Heights Knights, Killeen Shoemaker Wolves, Temple Wildcats, and Waco Midway Panthers. Head-to-head, Georgetown leads the all-time series between these two schools 4-0. The last meeting was back in 2023 on August the 25th. Georgetown took care of Copperas Cove 37-7. In the last 5 seasons, Copperas Cove 9-41. Their next game will be next week at Del Valley, back to 6A football. But Kelly, something that this program has seen a lot of is multiple coaches. This is the 3rd year at the helm for head coach Tony Johnson. He's 4-16 over his first 2 years, but some rhythm to the program is what he brings right now. He was at White High School prior at 18-22, 17-20, got White High School back to the playoffs there his final year, and then came down here to Copperas Cove. So how big is that? And some continuation of the same coaching staff, the same program under the same guy for the 3rd season. How big is that for this Copperas Cove team, and how they try to respond and try to build off of what has been kind of a rough last 5 years?
I think it is absolutely massive to get that continuity. You've heard Coach Griffin talk about it. You hear coaches all over the country at all levels talk about culture. And whenever you have a coaching staff that's there for 1, 2 years, 3 at the most, it's very difficult to get a culture going and make consistency to that. That's part of what Georgetown has had some success in. Coach Griffin's been here for a while. The culture is intact, and if they bring in new faces, new coaches, then they are introducing them to the culture, not creating a whole new culture. So about year 3 is when that culture is really going to take effect, and we'll see if it has. We saw several years ago, Copperas Cove has always had some good athletes on the field. It was a matter of discipline and the culture of the team that I really think affected their performance. I think that starts to change a lot this season with the 3rd-year head coach.
Georgetown, of course, under the direction of head coach Chuck Griffin. A lot of changes on the coaching staff this year. As assistant head coach, running back coach Brian Herman comes in and joined out of Marble Falls. Offensive coordinator Gerald Flores on the promotion to move up to Ridley OC position now. Defensive coordinator Matthew Louts out of Killeen Chaparral via China Springs in his previous stint as a defensive coordinator, the state championship there. And then Kevin Yeager comes in as the pass game coordinator, quarterback coach, special teams coordinator. Jacob Colson, a lot of new names amongst this program, but still under the same guidance, the same work ethic, the same expectations that have been there for your Georgetown Eagles under head coach Chuck Griffin. This district in Georgetown's in 5-18-1, Region 2 District 8. The Rouse Raiders are 1-1 on the season. Chaparral Bobcats at 2-0. Cedar Park at 1-1. Eastview at 2-1 now after their win last night. Lake Belton at 1-1. Glenn at 2-0. And Leander at 1-1. Your Georgetown Eagles, of course, at 2-0. Last week, Rouse lost to Libertyville 57-38. Chaparral beat Banner New Tech 54-0. Cedar Park in double overtime beat Vandergrift, a big win there, 49-46. Georgetown, of course, 39-10 winners over Belton. Eastview beat Burnett last week 51-0, and then 48-14 over Belton here in Brookleback last night. And then Lake Belton beat Mount Rock McNeil 41-28. Glenn beat Copperas Cove 41-40, and Leander beat Henderson 42-21. Other games in this district tonight: Rouse is at Midway, Chaparral hosting Lampasas, Cedar Park hosting Huntsville. Tonight, Georgetown has Copperas Cove here, and Killeen. Lake Belton is at Killeen tonight. Glenn is at Bowie, and then the Leander Lions hosting the Del Valley Cardinals. Kelly, we got a chance to talk to head coach Chuck Griffin earlier in the week. Talk to us about that. Send us to that interview with Coach Griffin.
We're always thankful for Coach Griffin and the time that he's willing to give to us. We know he's very busy, but he talked about last week's game, some of the successes they had, the issues they had in the second while. Here's what Coach Griffin had to say about last week's game and then tonight's ball game.
Welcome to Countdown to Kickoff, sponsored by River and Ranch Provisions. Head coach Joe Griffin. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Hey, Kelly. Great to be here, man.
Coach, craziest start to I would say high school football game, but I would imagine any level, craziest start I've ever seen to a football game. Talk about jumping out to such a big lead in 4 minutes at the beginning of this game.
You know, I just got to praise our kids for doing what they're supposed to do. You know, they did a great job of being where they're supposed to be and making sure they were taking care of business and you know, they were able to, you know, capitalize when there were some opportunities. So, man, I just praise our kids for that. They did a tremendous job the other night. It was, you're right. It is. I don't think I've ever been a part of a game where it was, you know, I mean, it was 30-0. We'd run one defensive play. You know, it was just a strange game. But, man, our kids, you know, they did what they were coached to do, and they did a really good job of it. And they were prepared, and they did a great job, especially early in that game.
Oh, on the first drive in particular, the first 2 snaps were
Yeah.
a little bit high after a delay of game penalty.
They were way high. So.
Yeah. It was those moments you and I had talked about before. You were expecting some mistakes with some of the youth on this team.
Yeah.
How do you keep them focused whenever they jump out to a 30-0 lead that quick?
Well, it's a struggle. I mean, you saw like we didn't come out very sharp in the second half because we were, you know, we've got to learn how to do that. And you got to, you know, our what I'm talking to him about this week is, you know, fanatical effort, you know, relentless effort. It doesn't matter what the score is. You've got to practice that way. You got to play that way. The score doesn't matter. If you practice and play that way, then you're going to get the outcomes you want. You know, you're going to get most of the time, you're going to get the outcomes. You're going to get good outcomes. You got to practice that way. You got to play that way. And you know, coming out of the half the other night, we kind of played like we were ahead, like we were up 40-0, and all of a sudden it's 40-14. You know, so you know that was that's a big part of growing up and learning how to do that.
Well, even despite some of the mistakes that were there, and we talked about it on the broadcast, you and I have talked about it. Big victory from the scoreboard, but things to work on.
Yeah, for sure. Anytime you get a win and you can still identify, man, we got a lot of stuff to work on. That's good. And we do. We have a lot of things to work on. We got a lot of things to get better at. You know, so we're working on those this week and getting ready to play Belton and just kind of, you know, celebrate that win and let's move on. Let's go to work.
Talk about the performance of your sophomore starting quarterback. Caleb McDougal did a great job for his first start.
He really did. I was very impressed, you know, and started the game out. He was 3 for 3 with 3 touchdowns. You know, I don't know that I've ever heard of that. And at one point he was 6 for 6 with 4 touchdowns. You know, I don't know that I've never had anybody perform like that. Never had anybody start like that. And it was easy, simple stuff. And we got our playmakers but like, that's the plan, you know, that's what we've got to do is get it to those guys who can go score and let Caleb just kind of drive the bus. And man, he did a great job. And he handled those 2 high snaps as well as you can handle them. I mean, I'd like prefer him to slide a little better than he did on that first play. But I got knocked out on the first play. But I guess maybe that kind of got him ready to go for the rest of the game. That little hit right off the bat. But welcome to varsity football. But Caleb did a great job. So fired up for him and excited for him.
Did he say anything to you when he came off after that first drive?
No, he didn't say anything to me. And just fired up, you know, and you get in a 3rd and 25 or whatever that was. And if you can pitch it to, you know, a player like X and have him go score like that, that's really big.
Well, and that was the next player I wanted to talk about. It didn't take us long to see Xavier Warren's speed on that edge.
Yeah.
That kid's fast.
Yeah, I mean, there's not all plays you can execute on 3rd and 24. You know, you just kind of pitch it. Let's do something safe and let's punt. Let's get out of here. But if you get a player like Xavier and he's able to, you know, break a few tackles and go score, that's awesome.
How elevated was Cooper's level of intensity after the first 2 kickoffs?
Oh
When it
yeah,
comes
man,
to a
he's
big
fired
time.
up. He came and asked me. He said, "Coach, you're telling me like I can't. And when I catch the next one, I can't run it in for a touchdown." I'm like, "No, you can't. Like all you can do is just catch it and recover it. You don't. You don't." Of course, he didn't get another one, but he was ready. He just thought he was going to get those all night long. I think, you know.
Well, that I know there's been some questions about special teams. We talked about
Yeah,
it last week, and a couple of those at least got answered on the
yeah, for
kickoff.
sure. I mean, our kicker did really well, and our cover teams did well, and man, what's heads up play by Cooper. You know, that's why he's like number 5 in the class. He knows his role, knows what he's doing. He just happens to be really fast and a good athlete too. And ran down there, and bam, there you go. He recovers 2 kickoffs, so that's awesome for him.
I think Cooper's an example of it. I know Max is an example of it on defense. There was a lot of examples of it. Guys just taking care of their job, being in the right place at the
Mhm.
right time, so that when the ball does bounce weird,
Yeah,
you take advantage of it.
yeah, for sure.
We
You
saw
know,
that with Max.
yeah, we talk all the time about like there's really no such thing as luck. You're just prepared when the opportunity arises, and it looks like luck. Looks like, oh, we just happened on it, but I mean, all that stuff was coached, and you know, I guess if you got an example of luck is how the ball ended up on Xavier's back. Like we don't coach that, you know, we don't coach that, but for Max to be heads up player and see it and grab the ball and jump in the end zone, like I mean, that's just being a headsy player, and our players were where they were prepared, and man, they're doing a tremendous job.
How about your defense? They almost pitched a shutout, but your starters. There's some
Yeah, you
speed
know,
on the defense.
we had a couple of missed tackles on a couple of plays, and if we tackle a little bit better, then I think have 40 yards of offense. But you know, our guys, and to be honest, some of those tackles were like we had guys on him, and just somebody ran there so hard and so fast they knocked everybody else off. You know, and we got to do a little better job of wrapping up. But man, overall, man, our defense lined up, they executed, they did their job, they played extremely well, and you know, I told Matt, our new defense coordinator, go, dude, could you imagine a better start to your season? Is you've played one snap with an interception and you're up 30-0. Like it's that's a pretty good place to be as a defense coordinator. Man, it takes the pressure off, you know.
It's like a hole in one on the golf course. It's
Yeah,
just time to
yeah,
call it a day. Move
yeah,
on.
yeah,
But y'all have more football to play.
yeah.
So who this week we go up to Belton, play the Tigers up there in Belton. What are you looking for out of the Tigers this week?
You know, they're going to be a really well coached football team. Coach Sniffen does a great job. You know, I reminded our kids when we were there in 2019 and we were down 28-0 at halftime before we came back and won. And a couple of years later, they beat us here in our season opener. They're a good football team, and they're going to be coached really well. They're struggling a little bit at the quarterback position. You know, they've so they're going to slow the game way down and huddle and run out of the I formation. It's going to look like 1980s football, you know, and be really slow on the offensive side. They've kind of stacked they're pretty good defensively. They kind of stack their defense with all their players, and so they're pretty physical and come off the ball. They're pretty fast. So we're going to play well. We're not going to get many chances offensively. You know, last week, I don't know how many possessions we had off the top of my head, but probably 12 or 13 possessions. And this week we might get 6. You know, like it's just going to be one of those games where you could very easily go an entire quarter not touch the ball if we don't tackle well, you know, if we don't get a stop, because they're going to be really slow and methodical offensively. So we got to do a great job of scoring when we get opportunities, of doing a great job on special teams, and making sure we're not giving away any type of possessions, because there's just not going to be many to have this week.
So we're looking forward to the game. You got players of the week this week?
I do. Yeah, for sure. Our offensive player of the game was Caleb McDougal. He was 11 for 18 with 203 yards and 5 touchdowns. Our defensive player of the week was Cole Mitchell, had 11 tackles and an interception. Our GTDNA player of the week was Max Muniz. You know, had touchdown and then also had the one off of Xavier's back, which was pretty awesome. Our unit of the week was our kickoff team, getting 2 coverages, Cooper picking up 2 of those balls, and also being able to, we just tackled well on our kickoff team. Coop was our game changer. And our big hit was Alex Wilson on that interception. Man, I don't know if y'all saw that, but he drilled the quarterback on that interception, and took part of that. So those guys did a tremendous job. Excited for them, and man, just fired up for all of our players.
Coach, as always, we appreciate you taking the time to visit with us and let the fans hear a little conversation about last week's game and looking forward to this week's game. But congratulations on the win and good luck Friday night.
Thanks, Kelly. Appreciate you, man.
Folks, that is head coach Chuck Griffin. The countdown to kickoff, sponsored by River and Ranch Provisions, returns right after this.
For all the fly fishing, hunting, and outdoors enthusiasts, River and Ranch Provisions is your one-stop shop for the gear you need. There's a large selection of hunting and fly fishing supplies for the beginner, all the way up to the experienced outdoor folks. Cody, Brad, Sam, and Tim have put together a high-end outdoor outfitter with high-quality supplies and services to make everyone feel welcome and important, regardless of your experience level. Come see what there is to offer at 807 South Austin Avenue in Georgetown, or check out the website at www.rrpgtx.com.
Back here live, Purple backfield. Kelly, a good discussion with Coach Griffin. You can tell there's a different feel about this game than there was for Victoria East or Belgium.
Yeah, absolutely was. And Coach knows to this point in the season, this is going to be the toughest competition. So I think the challenge for him has been this week. There are a lot of new faces on this Georgetown team this year. Sophomore quarterback, keeping them focused because we had 2 blowout wins in the first 2 games, and understanding that this Bulldogs team, if they come in tonight, they're going to be ready to play. They are anxious to get at this Georgetown team, so we'll see how well they respond.
There's a spotting of Doppler Dave down on the sideline. Dave, what's it like out there tonight?
Well, right now we're starting to feel really nice. Lots of gold t-shirts in honor of the cancer awareness for pediatric. Weather's nice. Mostly sunny, 94 degrees, feels like 100. It'll be cooling off to about 84 degrees by the end of the game. The wind is right to left from the south, about 5 miles an hour. Should be a factor tonight. So, school's on being played. Everybody's high spirits, and we'll catch Coach Griffin when he comes out here to school.
Going gold for pediatric childhood cancer Tuesday night. The Lady Eagles had a gold night in the gymnasium here at Georgetown High School to honor Madeline Scholes, one of Georgetown High School's own, who lost her battle with childhood brain cancer, pediatric brain cancer, a few years back. It seems like it was yesterday, talking to Coach Jenny Richardson. Hard to believe it's been so many years, but an opportunity to honor her and the Scholes family, as she was one of the athletic trainers here at Georgetown High School, and then also for all pediatric cancer patients, a special tribute tonight. And going gold, and kind of a rough night, going gold, you're playing against the Copperas Cove Bulldawgs, who are a blue and gold team across the way. A lot of their fans may be wondering why they're going to sit over here and they got more gold on this side of the field. But an opportunity, some changes for Georgetown tonight, Kelly, as a loss on the offensive line. One of the starters, Caden Scherer, will not be in action tonight. He is out for tonight's ball game. Hopefully have him back in 2 or 3 weeks. And so a different look for Georgetown on the starting lineup in the front row. So let's go to Kelly for the starting lineup for tonight's ball game.
All right.
Copperas Cove tonight comes in the all white uniforms. They'll have on what Georgetown kind of presented last week with the white pants, white jerseys, white helmets. Georgetown in a new look tonight, wearing the black jerseys with white numerals. Kelly, starting lineups.
On offense for the visiting Copperas Cove Bulldogs, the right tackle is number 58, Norris Manning. He's a senior. The right guard is number 52, Don Ramos. He is also a senior. The center is number 55, senior Tristan Cheney. The left guard, number 50, Michael Dennis Jr. Left tackle, number 56, Marquise Ewing. I think his brother played last year, Michael Ewing. Marcus is junior. The running back is number 5, Malik Cuthbert. He's a senior. The X receiver is number 2, Tristan Glass. He's a senior. The B receiver is a 6, Arthur Miller, a senior. The Z The Z is number 12, TJ Hokut. The Y is KJ Ziegler. The quarterback is number 1, Anthony King. Punter and kicker is Christian Luna on defense for the Bulldogs tonight. The defensive tackle is number 44, Cameron Tuiasosopo. The nose guard is number 54, Ryan Childers. The defensive tackle is number 53, Elijah Lynn. The Sam linebacker is number 9, Davion Phillips. The R linebacker is number 3, Xavier Tacklebon. The Mike linebacker is Colin Herman. The Will linebacker is number 38, Gilbert Davis. The cornerbacks are 23, Darius Milo, and number 7, James Marshall. The strong safety is Tegan Fashion. He's a senior wearing number 4, and the free safety is number 13, Jace Early. On offense for your Georgetown Eagles tonight, Noah Faltasak is the right tackle. Brandon Hargrove, number 75, is the right. No, I'm sorry. Faltasak is the right guard. Right tackle is Hargrove. Correct?
Yeah.
All right. Give me that. I'm sorry. At center. Where are we? There we go. At center is number 53, Ryan Castilleja. Number 76, Ryan Wishcott is the left guard, and the left tackle is number 78, Sam Lopez. Jake Mylock, number 81, is in the tight end position. Also, he is going to be moving around the field a little bit. At receiver, number 2, Devin Sadler. Number 7 is Xavier Warren. Number 15, Regan Tarosian, and number 16, Braylon Westfall. Those are the receivers. At running back tonight, starting Chet Walker, number 28, and the other running back is number 23, Elijah Callahan. And starting at quarterback is Caleb McDougal. On defense for the Eagles tonight, on one end, number 8, Tennyson Dean. Luke Butch is the other defensive lineman, along with number 39, Andrew Urban, and number 38, Dylan Turbeville. Number 6, Chance Kelly is one of the linebackers. Number 9, Seth Warren, another one of the linebackers. And the third linebacker is number 11, Cole Mitchell. Luke Holly, number 3. Alex Wilson, number 25. Number 13, Cooper Wershan, and number 5, Jaheim Dow. Those are the defensive backfield. On special teams tonight, the kicker is number 34, Christopher Mashburn, and punting maybe Braylon Westfall, number 16. And those are your starters for tonight.
Struggling with addiction or know someone who is? There's light at the end of the tunnel, and it shines bright at the Oak Ridge Disciple House. As a 501c3 Christian ministry, they are dedicated to helping men aged 18 and older rebuild their lives free from the chains of drug and alcohol addiction. Be reminded, there's always hope, always a new beginning. Discover your fresh start with the Oak Ridge Disciple House. Proud supporters of Georgetown Eagle football, because just like the Eagles, the fight at Oak Ridge never dies. Find out more at oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
The second quarter is brought to you by Aesthetic Dentistry of Georgetown. The mission and purpose of our team is to help provide quality of life with healthy and beautiful smiles. Determine if a highly trained orthodontic dentist is the best option for your smile. We are located.
Coach, tune-in coming into this game. What should we expect to see out of Copperas Cove tonight?
Man, very athletic football team. They've been 9 points the last 2 weeks, so they are high on offense. So we're going to be Josh Hopkins tonight.
What's your message to the team?
They play hard for 3 minutes, they play hard for us, we're not only able to go play.
Ball, you're ready to go?
We'll get ready for tonight's national anthem. Both teams still. Now Georgetown is down on the south end of the field. The Copperas Cove Bulldawgs waiting for them to make their way out to their play on the north end of the field. Colors will be presented by one of the junior ROTC programs down on the north end zone line.
God, beautiful night.
It's a wonderful night for football. Kelly, some keys. One, the defense. They're going to have to respond to score athleticism tonight. How will they do this new look from Coach Louts and what he brought in to this program against better athletes? Opportunities for people to make plays and some people to step up.
And they're going to have to make some plays tonight with the athletes that are there. Our keys to the game tonight are brought to you by Grant Sons Farm and Livestock. We appreciate their support. On offense, for me, the main key is to establish that run, because they've got the athletes out on the edge stay with our receivers. You've got to protect the quarterback. And when you do pass, give him time to throw the ball. On defense, they have to absolutely contain this quarterback because he is athletic and can run the ball and put some pressure on him, not let him get comfortable, get his feet set behind him. And then nothing over the top. Don't get beat deep. And finally, don't beat yourself. None of those pre-snap penalties, post-snap penalties, none of the mistakes that are self-inflicted that put you behind the chains. And those are, my opinion, the keys to the game tonight.
Dave, your thoughts? Who's the player that Georgetown has to have a solid game to win tonight over Copperas Cove?
I think a solid game with two players, quarterback and running back. I'd like to see a heavy dose of run to see how we stack up against this big, huge 6'8" line. But if we can establish the run early, I think that makes it a whole lot easier for our sophomore quarterback to air it out like he has the last several games. And while I have you, I can see our special guest up there in box number 7 up there. And you want to go into some detail a little bit about that? The special guest up there?
We'll bring that about after the teams take the field. Holden, your thoughts? What player has to have a big game for Georgetown to pull out the victory tonight?
I'm going to expand that to the defensive backs, specifically Jaheed Dow and Cooper Merchant. The two outside receivers for Copperas Cove, Christian Glass and Arthur Miller, are both 6'5", which put them at very significant height advantages over those DBs. They're going to have to play very physical up front with their receivers, especially if they do not get safety up over the top, to prevent those kind of off situations where they just throw up a 50-50 ball, the height advantage makes it 70-30, and then they have a 25-yard game. They have to play very physical with those guys, not let them get into position, and just keep this passing game in front of them.
Kelly, I'll try it a third time with you. I've said one player, and they both give me multiple. Who's your one player that has to have a game, a solid game for Georgetown tonight?
I'm going to say McDougal. He's going to be running this offense against a very athletic defense, and he's going to have to make the right decisions. And we may see him under some pressure tonight that we haven't seen before. So there's your one player, McDougal. Who do you think?
I'm going to go with Chance Kelly. He runs the defense. He's the captain on the field for the defense. He makes the play calls from the sidelines. And I think Chance Kelly's leadership as a senior linebacker to run this defense and make the calls and respond to adversity and change is going to be the key. And I think it's time for him to eat again and have more opportunities. Here come your Georgetown Eagles. Onto the field out of there and flip on the south end zone. You see him come right into your screen there in the north end zone. And they'll take it in and prepare themselves for tonight's battle against the Copperas Cove Bulldawgs. And here the Bulldogs will slowly come out of the visitor locker room on the north end zone. Georgetown in the gray pants, black jerseys, white numerals, and tonight wearing the silver helmets. On the home side here at Brooklyn Bill, here come out the Bulldogs in their all white pants, white jerseys, and white helmets with CC on the side of those. A beautiful night for football, guys. You can't ask for much more. You can't ask for a beautiful night, but you can't ask for a better night for this team to be back home, to be able to have the opportunity to go to 3-0 before the bye week, before district starts in 2 weeks on the road to Leander, but an opportunity to kind of maybe set some things up for the rest of the season. How they respond to the increased talent level that they faced from week 1 to week 2, and now from week 2 to week 3. And I think one thing we haven't really talked about is how will this team truly face adversity for the first time, and will it be tonight?
I think there's going to be adversity tonight. I think Coach Griffin thinks there's going to be adversity. We talked about it in the pregame show. We talked about it at the coaches show. I think this is absolutely going to be the toughest challenge. Part of the issue is you want these kids to be challenged before district gets here. You want them to face some adversity. If you can't walk through all the games, then you go into a very tough district without having faced that adversity. I think it's very important tonight. So I think this is going to be a very, very different Copperas Cove team than we've seen in the past.
Copperas Cove Bulldawgs come out up there and play and head down to the south end zone for their last rally before the beginning of the ball game. The officials out at midfield. They get ready for the national anthem and the coin toss, and we'll have the opportunity for Day to head out to the coin toss here in just a minute and be able to bring you the coin toss like we did at Belton. Let's take a quick time out of the wait for things to get presented. We'll be right back with Pregame football, the national anthem, and tonight's kickoff live here on the SHN Sports Network.
Struggling with addiction or know someone who is? There's light at the end of the tunnel, and it shines bright at the Oak Ridge Disciple House. As a 501c3 Christian ministry, they are dedicated to helping men aged 18 and older rebuild their lives free from the chains of drug and alcohol addiction. Be reminded, there's always hope, always a new beginning. Discover your fresh start with the Oak Ridge Disciple House. Proud supporters of Georgetown Eagle football, because just like the Eagles, the fight at Oak Ridge never dies. Find out more at oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
The second quarter is brought to you by Aesthetic Dentistry of Georgetown. The mission and purpose of our team is to help provide quality of life.
inside a hospital room or a clinic battling cancer. He is unfortunately not able to attend school right now or play sports due to his bone marrow transplant, which makes his body unable to play for 6 months to a year post-transplant. He keeps a positive attitude and chooses to never give up. Dix loves all sports, but his favorite is football, and one day he hopes to be on this football field playing for the Georgetown Eagles, cancer-free and healthy. Dix is with us tonight in his own booth in the press box above section 283. We would love for everyone to stand and hear to Dix to let him know how much this community supports him and his fight.
So we get ready for the coin toss. The captains for your Georgetown Eagles, so head out to the center of the field. Number 75, Brant Hargrove. Number 38, Dylan Turbeville. Number 81, Jake Mylock. And number 78, that is Sam Lopez. Across the way for the Copperas Cove Bulldogs, number 3, Xavier Taclebon. Number 23, Darius Milo. Number 10, Cameron Rodriguez. And number 6, Arthur Miller. And we'll go to Dave for the coin flip down on the field.
Heads. This is tails. Your call.
And tonight our guest captains are Elliot.
You won the toss. You elect to defer. You want the ball. Put your back to that goal. Put your back to this goal, please. White won the toss. Deferred their option to the second half. Black will receive.
So now, coming out of the boo. We got it fixed. Hopefully, we hit the FX mute button. And so hopefully something on the board got tripped. So hopefully that clears it up for you at home. We are so sorry. If it's not one thing, it's another.
Oh, man.
But Georgetown gets the opening kickoff. The Copperas Cove Bulldogs won the toss. They have deferred, and Georgetown gets what they want, which is to have that ball first.
Well, and that's what I was about to say, because Coach does not care whether they win or lose the toss. He wants the ball to start the game. He loves it when that happens, so he gets what he wants.
So Copperas Cove will come out to kick it away to start the ball game. Number 28, Christian Luna, to do the kicking duties for the Copperas Cove Bulldogs. Back deep for your Georgetown Eagles. On the near side, number 7, Xavier Warren. On the far side is number 3, Luke Holly. Copperas Cove is elected to kick from the far side hash mark, so it'll be interesting to see. I would assume they're going to try to keep it away from Xavier Warren.
I would. He has got some speed, so it'll be interesting. There have been a couple of teams over the past couple of years that we have played that have tried onside kicks to start the game. Once it happened and they got it, once it cost them. So we'll see if Copperas Cove is going to just kick this away.
So we get ready for the opening kickoff. Christian Luna approaches, and we are underway here at Burkle backfield. A short kick, fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 35-yard line. And Georgetown will have great field position to open up the ballgame, Kelly. 1st and 10 at their own 35. And an opportunity for this offense to get to work quickly.
Yeah, we'll see where they start with this running game, passing game, see if they want to try to loosen up the defense a little bit with maybe some short stuff. Coach Griffin and Coach Beatty last year have taken some shots down the field to start the game, but different offensive coordinator this year, so it'll be interesting to see how they attack this Copperas Cove team.
Eagles from the 36 as well. They're spotted. You'll have one receiver left, 2 right, with Jet Walker offset to the right of Caleb McDougal in the backfield in the shotgun formation. Here to open up the ball game, the first possession of the Nathaniel Funk Edward Jones first quarter. Now Terosian in motion right, handed off to Walker left, breaks the tackle up past the 40, 45, 50, stiff arm, 45-yard line into Copperas Cove territory. A borrow for Morrow first down on the first carry of the ball game for junior Jet Walker.
And there we saw this junior, brand new to Georgetown, and we saw his patience there. Coach talked about that at the pregame, at the coaches show.
Quick back to the line, handed off Walker. Walker stutter steps to the right, and there comes a gang of tacklers there from the Bulldogs, and he'll be dropped for a 1-yard loss back to the 45-yard line. So to bring up 2nd and 11 now for the Eagles. 11:35 left here in the first quarter. The clock continues to run. Georgetown now will bring 2 receivers left, 1 right. Xavier Warren will be the lone receiver right. Sedgwick and Terosian will be the receivers left. Mylock, a tight end, off the right side of the line. Walker in I formation directly behind McDougal. From the far side hash mark. 2nd and 11, snap back. Fake the handoff. Quick pass out. Terosian at the 40 makes a man miss, but then hit and dropped immediately. And he'll actually lose a yard that he had gained at the 40 by trying to make the move. He'll be dropped at the 41. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 7 now for the Georgetown Eagles.
So run game, short passes. Again, they're trying to loosen this up.
And a lot of offensive coordinators try to do this. They will use those short games in the run game to open up something down the field later. We'll see if that's the direction the Eagles go.
Empty backfield, 3 receivers right, 2 left. McDougal in the backfield by himself. Snap back, looks right, quick pass left. Sedgwick, wide receiver screen, gets a block up past the 30. And he'll pick up the borrow from Morrow first down. Good job there by the Georgetown Eagles. And a good quick look there out of McDougal. The quick look right automatically comes back left. Devin Sedgwick, first catch of the ball game, leads to a first down.
And we're going to see him moving the ball around. We have talked about it before. A lot of different hands have touched the football for the Eagles this season.
First and 10 at the 29. Turn, fake the handoff. Quick pass out to Sedgwick, left side. Breaks a tackle. Drags a man forward inside the 25. They'll mark him down at about the 23-yard line. That'll be a nice gain of about 6 yards. Bring up 2nd and 4 for Georgetown.
Like to see this for a first drive. I don't like to put too much on a first drive of a game at all for either team, because I've seen so many times watching various levels of football, one drive to go down and score and then nothing the rest of the game. But you do like to see this for an opening drive. Relax this defense a little bit.
And now with 10:21 left in the first quarter, Coach Tony Johnson for Copperas Cove will take his first timeout. We'll take the timeout with him. When we come back, it'll be 2nd and 4 for your Eagles. Eagle football continues in just a moment.
Every first quarter this season is brought to you by Nathaniel Funk, your Leander, Georgetown, Edward Jones financial advisor at 1640 Highland Falls Drive, Suite 801, Leander, Texas, 78641. Learn how he can help you with your financial goals. Visit edwardjones.com/Nathaniel Funk for more.
Royalty, put blame on me.
Royalty bringing us back here live to Burkle backfield. Tyler Griffin, son of Chuck Griffin. McDougal out of the timeout. Quick pass over to the right flat on a wide receiver screen coming inside. That's Westfall bringing it all the way across the field. 15 gets a block from Sedgwick to about the 11-yard line. There's Davin Sedgwick again. We talked to him a couple weeks ago. The downfield blocking by this receiving corps, second to none.
And a nice block, because he very easily could have gotten called for an illegal blindside block if he lays a good lick on him, but he walks up, moves up to him. Nice block to the shoulders to avoid that penalty. First down in the red zone.
Morrow for Morrow, first down inside the Graham & Sons Cattle Company red zone. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line. Walker off to the right of McDougal. Now Westfall in motion to the right side. Fake the handoff. Nope, hand it to Walker. Left side, 10, 5, runs into a defensive player, number 7. That's James Marshall. He'll knock Jet Walker out of bounds right at the marker at the 2-yard line. We'll see if it'll be another Morrow for Morrow first down and a 1st and goal or not. They may have to measure this one. Nope, it's going to be 1st and goal. Pardon me. At the 2-yard line, Jet Walker getting the carry there from the 12 down to the 2, a gain of 10. It brings up 1st and goal. 2 receivers right. The tight end Mylock to the right side. Walker directly behind McDougal. Near side hash mark. Shotgun snap back. Hand it to Walker. Right side. Runs over a man into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgetown. Buckle up, fans. It's game day, and the Georgetown Eagles are coming to play.
What a great drive, great opening drive. Again, you don't want to give too much credit to it and evaluate how the rest of the game is going to go, but that's the drive you needed against a pretty athletic Copperas Cove Bulldogs team.
The G-Town Lumber and Supply extra point attempt will not come on this one. Kelly, talk to us about this formation here on the extra point.
It's not really the swinging gate. It's like the swinging gates.
McDougal throws it out to the right side. Catch by Sedgwick. Makes it into the corner. And the 2-point conversion is good. A little background on that, I'll give it to you when we come back. Georgetown leads it with 9.5 minutes left in the first quarter. 8-0 over the Copperas Cove Bulldogs. Quick timeout. Georgetown football continues in a moment.
Our first down sponsor this season is Borrow from Morrow. Borrow from Morrow, our team is dedicated to providing the best mortgage experience possible. We do that by offering easy-to-use mortgage tools, including our handy mobile app, competitive rates, and assistance from an experienced loan officer. Our loan officers understand the local markets, have access to a wide variety of loan programs, and are ready to guide you through the process. Your family, your future, our focus. For your mortgage needs, remember Matt Morrow, Borrow from Morrow. For more information, visit borrowfrommorrow.com. NMLS 464148.
Back here live, Burkle backfield, 9.5 minutes left first quarter. Georgetown takes their first drive from their own 36-yard line. They go 64 yards. Holden, talk to us about that drive summary.
Yeah, so the biggest drive summary for me is going to be 8 plays, 64 yards, 2.5 minutes. But McDougal, all screen games, quick actions, trying to get him into an early rhythm so that he has confidence for the rest of the game.
Syntec shirt and embroidery kickoff. Mashburn tees it up, and he'll boot it away right down up to the right side, fielded at the 9-yard line. Coming back near side, up past the 15, tries to cut. Bam! Oh, what a hit! Oh, baby, what a shot there by number 31, Garrett Tickner, the senior, dropping the hammer right at the 18-yard line. And a tough spot now for Copperas Cove, a chance in the high school game. Field the signal for the fair catch. You take it at the 25. Instead, you take a chance there, and your runner pays the price. They're going to mark it inside the 18-yard line, 1st and 10.
Regan Tarosian was upset because Garrett got to the hit before he was able to get there. He was pursuing on the backside, but Garrett made a tremendous tackle there, and what a great play.
Empty backfield for Copperas Cove on their first possession and first play of the ball game. Now they'll bring a man into the backfield. That's number 5, Malik Cutbird. King drops back. He's looking, and it's a running back screen, but it went for a loss. Well defended by your Georgetown Eagles and dropped right at the 15-yard line. That'll be a loss of 2. Bring up 2nd and 12. What a great defensive call there to read that running back screen out of the backfield.
Yeah, and a great drive like the offense had whenever they come out just feeds the defense. And, you know, whenever we talk to Chance Kelly, whenever we talk to any of these guys that are on the defensive side of the ball, man, they are hungry for these big hits.
King in the backfield all by himself. 3 receivers left, 2 right. Shotgun snap back. King's going to keep it right up the middle. He's going to get hit and then stacked up and dropped. Here comes the 9 hats within 5 yards of the ball 90% of the time. What a job there by the defense. It's a gain of about 4 for King on the quarterback keeper, but makes it 3rd and 8 now. And so far, you like what you see out of this defense. Responded to 2 different looks out of Copperas Cove.
Yeah, if you can hold them here, keep them from getting the first down, have them go 3 and out on their first drive. Again, you can't make too much of that first drive, but that's the foundation you want to build on for the rest of the game.
Now 3 receivers right, 1 left. In the backfield, Cutbirth off to the left of King in the shotgun formation. Now he's going to empty out left. Shotgun snap back, wide receiver screen, and there's a penalty whistled and thrown before the snap, and it's going to be a false start on the Bulldogs, and that's a big one, Kelly. That'll back them up even longer on 3rd down and make it 3rd and 13. Behind the chains in your first possession, not a way to get out on your first possession of the ballgame.
Yeah, kind of like how Kelly was mentioning how that offensive drive fed this Georgetown defense. The same thing can be applied to this other side. The defense gets ran over a little bit, scored a touchdown, 2-point conversion. That deflates the energy of this offense, and we're seeing a slow start here.
So now a slow call of the play coming in for the Bulldogs. 15 seconds left on the down clock. They're going to go with an empty backfield again. 3 receivers right this time, 2 receivers left, middle of the field. They'll snap it from the 14-yard line on 3rd and 13. 7:45 remaining. King has it. He's looking left, looking long, throws it across the middle, and it's behind his receiver, number 6, Arthur Miller, and it's incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down, and here comes the punt team for the Bulldogs.
Boy, that is what you want right there. And again, everybody, we talked a bunch about it on the air, off the air. Everybody taking care of their assignments. No really open receivers, no lanes to run in, containing this quarterback because he is athletic and can run the football. Very important tonight. Great first drive for the Georgetown defense.
Christian Luna, the punter, back to kick it away for the Bulldogs. Stands on his own goal line. Luke Hawley stands about midfield. The punt is away, and it's going to be a short one. Hawley up to about the 45 and fields it on a fair catch. Georgetown will have their second possession of the ball game when we come back. It's 7.5 minutes left in the first quarter, but at second possession, Kelly, you love to start it inside Bulldog territory.
That's a great thing.
We'll keep it back here. They're going to flip quickly So the Georgetown offense will come out and hold it. You can't say it enough. You love it when your offense starts in plus territory.
Absolutely. It makes everything so much easier. It immediately gives them confidence that they don't have that much farther to go. It's the exact right recipe you always want for the offense.
New look here with 2 running backs in the backfield with McDougal handed off. Coming near side, that's Luke Livingston. Makes a man miss and take it down at the 40-yard line. Nice cut back there by Luke. Nice tackle by number 54 for the Bulldogs.
Good pursuit there, but again, we're seeing another running back. Jet Walker's the one that most people are going to be talking about, but there is a stable of running backs for this Georgetown team, and we'll see them tote the rock in meaningful plays all throughout this game. They have the previous 2 games.
2nd and 5 from the 40 of the Bulldogs. Now Westfall in motion right. Caleb McDougal's going to keep it right up the middle. He'll get about 1 yard up to the 39, and that'll bring up 3rd and 4 on the quarterback keeper. The first time you've really seen McDougal on that option play to keep the ball and run with it.
Yeah, that's something that we haven't seen, and I've been kind of wondering whether or not they were going to set that up, but there it is for the first time. McDougal's not the fastest guy, but a play like that helps keep those linebackers from being able to pursue on the edges if they got to worry about McDougal.
3 receivers right, 1 left, running back directly behind McDougal, and there's a false start on the defense. It's going to draw the offensive line to jump, so should be a defensive penalty. Give Georgetown an automatic first down by the yardage.
Offside by contact. Defense, number 43. Offside penalty over resulting first down.
And that is what it is, a false start or a offsides by contact. And that 5 yards will give Georgetown a borrow for Morrow first down inside the 35 at the 34-yard line. And we'll reset the chains. And now Warren and Sedgwick, both receivers, go wide right. No receivers left in the backfield. You've got 2 running backs. That's Callaghan and Luke Livingston. Middle of the field, McDougal in the shotgun. Snap back. Fakes it to Livingston. Rolls right. Looking long. Has Xavier Warren wide open at the 12. 5. Touchdown, Georgetown. What a play there.
What a great play and a great play design. The defensive backfield was all over the place trying to figure out who was going where and where they needed to be in that moment, and they did a phenomenal job of running that play and now going up 2 scores.
Georgetown Lumber and Supply, extra point attempt. They're going to go with a 2-point conversion. Lumber and building supplies for professionals and do-it-yourselfers. Georgetown G-Town Lumber and Supply, and now they'll go back into field goal formation for the extra point attempt. McDougal to hold. He'll put it down at the 10-yard line. Mashburn ready to attempt the extra point. Snap back. The hold is down. The kick is up. And the extra point is good. 6:02 left first quarter. 15-0 Georgetown leads it over the Copperas Cove Bulldawgs. Quick timeout. Eagle football continues in just a moment.
Every first quarter this season is brought to you by Nathaniel Funk, your Leander, Georgetown, Edward Jones financial advisor at 1640 Highland Falls Drive, Suite 801, Leander, Texas 78641. Learn how he can help you with your financial goals. Visit edwardjones.com/Nathaniel Funk for more.
Back here at Burkle backfield. Holden, talk to us about that play, something you saw there on that play design there with Sedgwick and Warren and getting that touchdown.
Yeah, so it's really twofold. It's set up by this excellent run game we've had. The play action was devastating on that linebacker front, sent them all to the left, and then you couple that with the 2-receiver combo. Outside guy Sedgwick taking the post route to clear the safety, and then the slot receiver doing a little in and then back out to the corner. Wide open. This defense was completely confused. Brilliant play for the touchdown.
Xavier Warren scores it for the Georgetown Eagles, 15-0 lead. And now Mashburn tees it up at the 40-yard line, and he'll approach and send it away for the Bulldogs. Over to the far side, fielded at the 6-yard line this time. Up past the 10, goes to the outside of the numbers, has the sideline, up past the 30, makes the man miss, and out of bounds he goes up to the 32-yard line. Nice return there for the Bulldogs. And they'll have the ball 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. The return there by, looks like number 80, Xavier Coates, or number 88, Ashton Adams. I couldn't see the second number on the far side, but a nice return. He took it to the outside this time, Kelly, instead of the inside, and found himself a lane down the sideline.
Well, and he's got a little bit of speed, and that's the reason why that they're not necessarily calling that fair catch. if you don't have very much luck in the return game, you call that fair catch, you get the ball automatically at 25, but he took a chance, and now they have it at 32 to start, so a little bit better than the fair catch would have been.
King in the shotgun formation, far side hash mark. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Now man in motion to the left. Fake the handoff to the wide receiver, hand it to Cutbirth up the middle. He'll gain 3 yards on first down, make it 2nd and 7 at the 35. And now a man down on the field for Copperas Cove. And they'll have to come out and attend to him. Quick timeout. Eagle football continues in a moment.
The Jason Chance Tompkins Memorial Broadcast Booth is brought to you by JMT's. JMT's provides custom apparel and promotional items to small businesses, schools, and nonprofit organizations. Our services include screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Our game-changing direct-to-film printing allows JMT's to print full-color graphics on your garments. JMT's has the experience and confidence to take on any order. Visit our website at jmts.com or call us at 512-388-5555.
I'm the big homie, for those of y'all that don't know me. One and only, name another rapper, this Cody. Can't show me these down bad rap phonies. Take a pic to Ricky Bobby shaking Bake Brody. Pin rolling, never sleep, I just keep going. Hit my peak now, I just started like my name Tommy. Had a vision, this was destined for my life story. Bible by my side, I keep it like a gun on me. War ready, and we ain't afraid to get bloody. Told me I should quit my day job, that's funny. Hey, will always elevate me, I'ma keep showing. Out and selling records.
Back here live, Burkle backfield, being brought back by royalty. You better know him as Tyler Griffin, son of Coach Chuck Griffin. And now number 55, Dave, you're talking about that center going down there, coming up the field.
Yeah, big number 55. He's Tristan Cheney's 6'4", 350. He's our senior center, so that we'll see how that plays out for the rest of the game. That could be a tough loss for them.
Walking off with assistance from a couple of coaches, walking very gingerly, so hopefully he's all right. In at center appears to be number 59, and that's a 6'2", 300-pound senior, Peyton Baker. If that's the center, maybe 52.
I think it's 52.
Don Ramos may have moved to the center position. Now the snap back to King. Nope, he's going to throw down the middle. What a play by Luke Holly. Good defense there, not giving the receiver any chance. The pass was attempted to Maceo Irick, but it is incomplete. Luke Holly had kind of on the front side of that on the defensive play up there, but no chance for that ball to get to Irick, and with the incompletion comes up 3rd down.
Yeah, Luke is all over the field. I think he's one of the best defenders in this district. It's going to depend because we got a couple of new teams, but Luke is a tremendous athlete, pursues the ball very well, and he always seems to be around the football.
And at the same time, Chance Kelly went right after number 52, the new center.
3 receivers right, 1 left. Cuthbert to the left of King, shotgun. King drops back. Here comes pressure. He's going to throw it long. It's overthrown. There was Luke Holly again in defense on I think that's number 6, Arthur Miller. It may have been Irick again, but and we saw a lot of that in warm-up for the Bulldogs. Holden, we were talking about that, looking at the quarterbacks throw it. They did a lot of long passes in warm-up, and 2 shots in a row down the field, both incomplete.
And when you've got these huge receivers on the outside, it makes sense to test the defense down the field. They've done that twice in a row, but this has been excellently played so far by the secondary. I shouted it out earlier in the game as the position group that really needed to play well, and they absolutely have answered the bill here early.
So it'll be a punt now for the Bulldogs on 4th and 7 from the 35. Luke Holly stands about his own 30-yard line. Luna stands at his 20. Bulldogs waiting for the call. Snap is back to Luna. He fields it at the 20, and the punt is almost blocked. It'll land at the 44 of Georgetown, and it'll take a Copperas Cove bounce on the second go-around inside the 40, and it'll be touched down right about the 37, 38-yard line, where Georgetown will take over 1st and 10, a 15-point lead here in the first quarter with 5:17 remaining. And you talk about it, Kelly, were they going to face adversity so far in the first quarter? You've got to say no.
Radically different first quarter than last Friday. Last Friday, that first quarter zipped through. This one's going a little bit longer, but, yeah, they haven't had much adversity on the Georgetown side of the football yet.
1 receiver left, 1 right. Walker in the backfield to the right of McDougal, near side hash mark. Snap back, fake the handoff, looking. Now McDougal's going to have to roll. He's scrambling out past the 35. He'll be run out of bounds inside the 40 at the 39-yard line. Only a gain of 1 to bring up 2nd and 9 now for the Eagles.
Hey, Wally, just a quick side note. Guys, if the camera angles get a little messed up, I'm having to do the production tonight because Jerry Ann is on grandchild duty tonight, so she's not here with us. Sometimes I get a little wrapped into the game. So forgive me if I don't get the best camera angle in there, but we're doing the best we can.
3 receivers right, 1 left. Walker to the left of McDougal, near side hash mark. 2nd and 9 from the 39. Snap back to McDougal. Drops back, looks left, looks right, pressured up the middle, throws, and the ball is knocked free from Westfall. Give credit to big number 38 on the tackle. That's Gilbert Davis, the linebacker. He knocked it free from Westfall, and the incompletion brings up 3rd and 9. McDougal got up there after he took a shot from number 54, Ryan Childers.
Hey, Wally, Mr. Childers, his helmet came off. He's their big nose guard, so we'll see what they draw up on this one.
Big 3rd down for Georgetown, bigger 3rd down for this defense.
2 receivers right, 2 left. Walker directly behind McDougal in the near side hash mark. 4:56 remaining here in the first quarter. Georgetown leads it 15-0. McDougal calls out the play change, and now Walker moves to his left. Snap back to McDougal. He looks left. He's going to have to throw it up, but throws it away out of bounds. Nice catch on the side by Coach Frank Anzuris, but it's still incomplete and brings up a 4th and 9, and Georgetown will bring out Braylon Westfall to punt it away for the first time tonight in the ballgame.
The Bulldogs really needed that, and they did a good job of keeping Georgetown from marching down the field again, putting more points on the board. Still a manageable game. They are very, very much in this game, and I think that was a huge, huge stop for the Bulldogs defense.
Braylon Westfall stands at his own 24-yard line awaiting the snap. He'll get the snap there. He'll get the punt away. Low line driver spiral, bounces at the 30, goes inside the 25, inside the 20, and Georgetown will kill it there at its 12-yard line. Almost hit the return man, Arthur Miller.
Yes, it did.
And Georgetown kills the ball. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. It looks like at their own 13-yard line. Nice punt there by Westfall, and the defense back out for Georgetown.
Nice job there, again, of the Bulldog defense stopping this drive. But now, good punt, pins them kind of deep in their side of the field. Now they've got to get a sustained drive and give that defense some time to rest. Here with 4:34 left in the first quarter, that defense, if they're on the field much longer, they're going to start getting tired.
Anthony King, the senior quarterback, in the backfield in the shotgun with 1 receiver left, 1 right. Running back offset to the left of King in the backfield, far side hash mark, snap back, handed off, cut back to the left. A new running back this time was not cut, Burt. That looked to be
22.
Number 22 on the carry. That's KJ Ziegler, the sophomore running back, with his first carry. He picks up about 6. It'll be up 2nd and 4 now for the Bulldogs at the 19. So a nice little gain there. They packed it in. We're used to seeing the multiple receivers, 2 and 3 on each side. And now packing it with the 1 receiver right, 1 left, and loading up the line and running the ball with Ziegler. Snap back to King, hand it to Ziegler. He's hit immediately. There's big Luke Butch. He holds on and takes down Ziegler for a loss back to the 15, making the 16-yard line. And that's a big loss there. It'll bring up 3rd and 7 now. Nice play by Luke Butch, your 6 foot, 250-pound senior nose guard.
Nice job of Luke getting in there and wreaking havoc in that backfield and not letting that play get going before it can gain some momentum. Big 3rd down again for this Copperas Cove team.
And now the wide receiver core comes out on the field. Cutbirth in the backfield with King. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Far side hash mark, 3:25 remaining. Snap back to King. Nope, that's a false start. He's the only one that didn't move. Everybody else took off on the play, but the center did not get the snap away, and that's a big 5-yard loss on 3rd down like we saw last time, Kelly. A 3rd and 7, a 3rd and 8, now becomes a 3rd and 12, 3rd and 13, and puts you behind the chains in your own territory deep just outside the 10.
When you have guys jumping across that line like you see with Luke, man, it is difficult to hold your water, I guess you could say, while you're waiting for those big guys to come across.
Snap back to King. He's going to throw left, And the receiver came in when King's throw went towards the sideline. It's incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th and 12 now.
Yeah, Ashton Adams, number 88, just looked like a miscommunication there on that route. He kind of turned in, and the ball went out.
So that incompletion will bring out the punter, Christian Luna, again for the Bulldogs, his 3rd punt of the night. From their own 11-yard line, he'll be about 3 yards deep in their end zone. Luke Colley stands just inside the Bulldog side of the 50-yard line awaiting this punt. It looks like the Eagles are coming for the block here, Kelly. They've got them all lined up on the line.
They almost got it
last time. They better hurry. Play clock ran out.
Should be a delay. There it comes from the back ref. He throws the flag. It's a delay of game. And that's a huge one. Now they'll be punting from inside their own 10-yard line. Christian Luna, the punter, is going to be standing midway back in his own end zone. Kelly, you've got to think the Eagle punt return team is coming after this one.
If they were down at Georgetown's 25, 30, 35-yard line, I could understand that penalty, but it looked almost intentional that they were taking that penalty there, and there is absolutely no way they meant to take that penalty.
4th and 17 from the 6. Luna stands 8 yards deep in the end zone. He catches the ball, and the Eagles will set up the return. It's a bad punt. Comes near side, bounces at the 30, but takes a Bulldog roll, and what a roll that is. It's going to get about 19 or 20 yards out of that one. The Eagles could have had it about the 30-yard line. Instead, they'll pick it up at midfield, and Georgetown will have it 1st and 10 at the midfield stripe with 2:57 remaining. Still 15 to nothing.
At the 12-yard line, and it's on Copperas Cove.
So a penalty on the Bulldogs, so we'll see if they make them re-punt it, or if they're going to just add it to the end of the play.
I bet they add it.
You almost would love to see him take it halfway and make Luna put his heels on the back end line to try to get a punt away with not a full complement of yards on a punt, the deep snap. But we'll see what the Eagles take here. But the penalty was on Copperas Cove, so Georgetown will have it inside Copperas Cove territory again.
I'm a little surprised they didn't really go after that last punt after they had success with the rush on this punt before that.
Defense number 5. Defense. So kicking team number 44. That'll be a 15-yard penalty on that 1st down.
Wow, and that's a big
That's
penalty.
a big penalty. That takes it to where that ball bounced originally.
Cameron Tuiasosopo called for the illegal hands to the face, so instead of having it at midfield, Georgetown's going to have it 1st and 10 at the 35. And Holden, you talk about that. You kind of expected to come after it, having a shortened snap there for Luna. But instead, the Eagles come out ahead now, 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. 2 receivers left, no receivers right. Walker in the backfield, near side hash mark behind McDougal. Snap back, they'll hand it to Walker, right side. He follows Mylock, takes it outside, a stiff arm, gets outside the numbers 30, 25, 20, and then run out of bounds. A nice run of 11 yards there. They're going to pull it down at the 24-yard line to borrow from Morrow 1st down for your Georgetown Eagles.
Jet Walker is incredibly gifted back there in the backfield, and it is fun to watch that young man run the football.
And a poor attempt at really containing that. Everybody collapsed to the inside, and it let Walker bounce it to the outside, and you do not want these DBs to try to make this tackle on Jet Walker with a full head of steam.
2 receivers left. Mylock to the right of the line. Turn around, hand it to Walker, right side. He'll follow the tight end, cut it back inside the 20 after breaking a tackle, and then runs over a defender inside the 15-yard line, down to the 12. Another borrow from Morrow 1st down inside the Graham & Sons Cattle Company red zone.
Again, another run that we see, and the patience in that. He's got the ability to run through people, but he waits for those big offensive linemen to move people out of the way. Very disciplined, and Coach said they teach that. And that's very good because when Jet was running in them passes, he didn't have to wait. He couldn't wait. He didn't have the offensive line that he's got this year.
There's a lot more photographers that I normally don't see down here on the sideline. There's a whole host of them down here.
Are they ready to trip referees?
1st and 10 from the 12. Snap back, hand it to Walker, right up the middle, cuts to the left, inside the 5, gets a block, touchdown, Georgetown. 2 good blocks there on the outside by Sedgwick and Xavier Warren to seal the outside lane for Jet Walker, and he takes it 12 yards to the house. Georgetown leads it 21-0 with 2:08 remaining, and we'll get ready here for the G-Town Lumber and Supply extra point.
Jet is 6'1", 215. Is that right? Pretty good.
I think that's right about it.
Yeah, 6'1", 6'2", 215, 220. And if you meet this kid in person, he is just solid and a nice young man.
So Mashburn will line up. McDougal to put it down at the 10-yard line. Snap back from Alex Wilson. The hold is down. The kick is up. And the G-Town Lumber and Supply extra point is good. 2:08 remaining here in the first quarter. 22-0. Georgetown leads it over the Copperas Cove Bulldawgs. Quick timeout. Georgetown Eagle football returns in just a moment.
Every first quarter this season is brought to you by Nathaniel Funk, your Leander, Georgetown, Edward Jones financial advisor at 1640 Highland Falls Drive, Suite 801, Leander, Texas 78641. Learn how he can help you with your financial goals. Visit edwardjones.com/Nathaniel Funk for more.
Back here live, Burkle backfield. Holden, bring us our drive summary.
That one was 3 plays, 35 yards, took 49 seconds off the clock. Another Jet Walker touchdown. He's got 2 on the game, 7 carries, 65 yards. Almost 10 yards a carry for Jet Walker behind this big offensive line.
Mashburn tees it up, and he'll boot it away for Georgetown. And this one's a little chip shot over the first line. It'll be fielded, and the ball's loose. A scramble about the 32-yard line, and we'll see who has it. Looks like Copperas Cove is going to fall back on it. What a little chip shot there. Mashburn using his pitching wedge of a foot. Gets it just over the line.
It doesn't look like it would have counted.
So it's going to be recovered by number 11. That's Tristan Pettit, the senior. So his recovery gives it to the Bulldogs. 1st and 10 at their own 32, 33.
They're offsides.
Yeah, we were offsides on the kick.
Oh, okay. We'll see where they set it. They come near side to mark it off from the 32. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Copperas Cove from the 37-yard line, I think. Now they'll walk it off. Georgetown's defense will have to back up. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 37. 2:01 left here in the first quarter. 3 receivers right, none left. King in the backfield. A running back offset to his left side. Is Cuthbert. King's going to follow him on the quarterback keeper to the left side, outside the numbers, and getting taken down out of bounds at the 41-yard line is King.
Fortunate to not get a flag thrown.
You like the play design, though, really condensing the field to the far side, to the short side, and then having the experienced veteran speedster quarterback running all the way to the far side. The only problem is Georgetown's defense has so much speed. Cooper Worchin was able to match him and sling him out of bounds there. And like you said, very likely we do not get penalized for unnecessary roughness.
2nd and 6 from the 41. 1 receiver right, 1 left. Cuthbert offset to the right side of King in the backfield. King with his hands in the air, waiting for the call on the far side. Snap back to King. He'll hand it off to Cuthbert. Right up the middle, stutter step, follows the pile, and then gets stood up at about the 45, maybe the 46-yard line. He's going to bring up a short 3rd and a long 1 for the Bulldogs.
Wally, I'm thinking at this point in the game, you're down 3 scores. I think this is 4-down territory right here, and they have been able to stop 1 drive. I think they've got to hang on to this football right now, if for no other reason to give their defense a little bit of a breath. If they don't make the 1st down here, I'm thinking they're probably going to go for it on 4th.
1 receiver right, 1 left. Tight end to the left side of the line. Cuthbert to the left of King in the shotgun. From the far side, Hasmark. Hand it to Cuthbert. He comes right side, and he'll drive forward up past the 47, 48-yard line, and they'll mark him down just shy of midfield. It'll be a 1st down for the Bulldogs with 1:18 remaining here in the first quarter. And a nice little run by Cuthbert there to follow the line to find the opening at the end of the line to pick up the 1st down for the Bulldogs.
A very, very much needed 1st down. Have they been in? They haven't been in Georgetown's end of the field yet, right?
Not yet. No, that was their first down of the game, and it's amazing how much easier it is when it's 3rd and 1 and not 3rd and 8 and then
Yes.
3rd and 12.
So now they'll come back to the near side. Miller, the lone receiver, left. Irick, the lone receiver, right. Cutbirth. Nope, it's going to be Ziegler in the backfield. Handed off, and Ziegler's hit immediately. Seth Warren joined on the tackle by number 99, Luke Butch. And KJ Ziegler, the sophomore, didn't know what hit him before he got an opportunity to kind of secure that football. A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12. And right here, Kelly, they do exactly what they didn't want to do earlier in the game and get behind the chains on the drive. And now it's 2nd and 12.
And I'm really shocked that wasn't a pull from the quarterback. I mean, I feel like he should have saw the defensive kind of just collapsing in the middle and pulled it and kind of bounced it. Instead, set up the running back for a big loss.
1 receiver left, 1 right. King in the backfield. Shotgun snap, hands it. Ziegler right up the middle. And he'll follow his lineman behind big number 56 and big number 50, Michael Dennis and Marquise Uini, for a gain of about 6. That'll bring up 3rd and 6 now for Copperas Cove, but they will take the timeout. The end of the first quarter, we've reached it 22-0. Georgetown leads it over Copperas Cove. We'll switch into the field and come back with more Georgetown Eagle football in just a moment.
The second quarter is brought to you by Aesthetic Dentistry of Georgetown. The mission and purpose of our team is to help provide quality of life with healthy and beautiful smiles. Determine if a highly trained cosmetic dentist is the best option for your smile. We are located at 3622 Williams Drive, Building 2 in Georgetown, Texas. Visit our webpage at www.aestheticdentistrygt.com or call 512-819-9100.
Back here live. Burkle backfield. Georgetown Eagles lead at 22-0 after the first quarter. And after the switch ins, Copperas Cove comes back with a 3rd and 7.
So we were just talking about how much easier it is when it's a 3rd and 1 rather than these 3rd and long situations. They're going to have to drop a pretty sophisticated play here.
3rd and 6, fake the handoff. King rolls out, being pressured, gets rid of it, and it's incomplete. And what a play there by Dylan Turbeville to get pressure on King. He barely got the ball away before the sack, and it's incomplete. Brings up 4th and 7, and here you go, Kelly, where you felt like they have to hold on to the ball. They've got to take some chances, even at this point of the ball game. They're going to punt it away on Georgetown's end of the field from the 47 of Georgetown.
Well, they got to be letting these kids know to watch for that fake punt, because this would be an ideal space for that. So everybody's got to take care of their assignments right now.
Luke Holly drops back, stands about the 15-yard line. Christian Luna, the punter for the Bulldogs, stands at his own 38. Snap is back. He gets it. Slow go. Almost gets it blocked again. Holly will field it on a fair catch inside the 20. He'll be down at the 17, and that's where Georgetown will take over with 11:48 left in the first half. 1st and 10 from the 17. It's almost a second punt blocked by this Eagle team.
I would like to make a prediction. I think we're going to block one tonight.
And it's funny that when we didn't put pressure on him, Christian Luna got the punt off pretty quick. Now you get, when he seems to take his time, we're getting that pressure. We're just off to the side to get the block on that punt. But now Georgetown pinned deep in their own end. 1st and 10 from their 17-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 right. In the backfield is Elijah Callaghan, offset to the left of McDougal. He'll get the handoff, come near side. Makes a man miss right up the middle, and there he's off to the races. 40, 45, 50, 40-yard line. And he's finally drugged down by 2 defenders. Credit to number 3 and number 13, Xavier Tacklebond and Jace Early. They chased down Elijah Callaghan, but not before a huge gain all the way into Bulldog territory at the 37-yard line.
Going with a little tempo there. I like it. Quick call, and let's get this going while these defenders are still breathing hard after chasing him down the field.
2 receivers left, 1 right. Callaghan directly behind McDougal, near side hash mark. Snap back to McDougal, handed off. Callaghan right up the middle into the teeth of the Bulldog defense, and he'll pick up about 4 yards down to the 33-yard line. Bring up 2nd and 7 now.
Wally, that's what we were talking about a little bit earlier. We have a plethora of running backs back there, and he has done a great job whenever he is in place of Jet.
Snap back to McDougal with 11 minutes left in the ballgame. McDougal looking long. He's got one. Warren hangs it up down the sideline. What a great job on the defensive side of the ball by number 4, Tegan Fashion. He used that sideline to his benefit and ran Xavier Warren out of bounds, unable to make the catch. But now,
honestly, pushed him out of bounds. I don't know why there wasn't a flag.
And now a man down for the the Bulldogs, right about the 35-yard line of Georgetown. Well, we'll take a quick timeout. Georgetown Eagle football continues in just a moment.
Kickoffs this season are sponsored by Syntex Shirt and Embroidery. At Syntex Shirt and Embroidery, we offer a variety of unique custom clothing and gifts, as well as personalized embroidery for gifts, schools, fundraisers, businesses, and more. Stop in today to browse what we have to offer and to ask about our custom apparel options. Whether you need 1 shirt or 100, there are no minimum order amounts on any custom pieces. Ask about our military discounts as well. Stop by our shop at 1911 North Austin Avenue, Suite 103, and check out our in-stock spirit apparel, or check out our website at www.syntexshirt.com.
The official outfitter of your Georgetown Eagles broadcast team with First Responder Broadcasting.
Hey Georgetown, there's a new place to eat breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and it's on the beautiful square in downtown. It's Goldberger Diner. When you walk into this 50s style diner, you're greeted with a smile, greeted like your family. Sit at the counter, a table, or a booth and get ready for an old-fashioned dining experience like no other in Georgetown. Enjoy tasty breakfast or come later for a burger, chicken fried steak, or even the Southern classic liver and onions. There's so much to choose from. Goldberger Diner is located at 109 West 7th Street in downtown. Our first down sponsor this season is Borrow from Morrow. Borrow from Morrow, our team is dedicated to providing the best mortgage experience possible. We do that by offering easy-to-use mortgage tools, including our handy mobile app, competitive rates, and assistance from an experienced loan officer. Our loan officers understand the local markets, have access to a wide variety of loan programs, and are ready to guide you through the process. Your family, your future, our focus. For your mortgage needs, remember, Matt Morrow, Borrow from Morrow. For more information, visit borrowfrommorrow.com. NMLS 464148.
Back live here, Merkel backfield. Ryan Childers, the 265-pound, 6'2 senior, being helped off the field very gingerly on his left leg, not even putting really any weight on that left leg for the Bulldogs. So hopefully that young man is all right. Second player to come off the field for the Bulldogs. So keep an eye on Ryan Childers.
Doppler Dave, you got fans on YouTube wanting you to give another weather report who just checked in late.
We'll get right to that.
So it'll be 3rd and 7 for the Eagles at the 33-yard line of the Bulldogs. Sedgwick and Warren both split wide left.
Hey, I appreciate the Georgetown Eagles having white numbers on these black jerseys. Easy to see.
Jet Walker back in. He's offset to the left of McDougal. Near side hash mark. Xavier Warren in motion. Direct snap to Walker. He'll follow Mylock to the left. Up past the 25 to the 20-yard line. And Walker runs over number 4. Tegan Fashion knocks his helmet off. He'll come off the field But a borrow from Morrow first down at the 21-yard line. Nice hard run there on the direct snap to Jet Walker.
Yeah, a little bit of a different look. Again, something else that we haven't seen. So the coaches are pulling out the stops a little bit. I'm sure they've got some other tricks in the bag, but wasn't McDougal in the backfield with him?
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah, I haven't seen that this year.
Yeah, and usually whenever a player's helmet comes off, it's because it wasn't tight enough. But I think Jet Walker is so big and strong at that time, it just blasted it off, whether it was attached or not.
That helmet decided it no longer wanted to be part of the team.
In the shotgun formation, Walker directly on McDougal. Fake the handoff. Give it coming around the end. Westfall's going to throw it up. He's got a man open, and he hits the man. Touchdown, Georgetown. What a pass. Braylon Westfall hangs it up into the corner to Davin Sedgwick.
The tiptoe in the end zone was amazing on that one.
And the crazy thing is Xavier Warren was wide open as well towards the middle of the field in the end zone. But a great pass there from Braylon Westfall. The Eagles score it 28-0 now with 10:08 remaining. And here comes the extra point attempt. Brought to you by G-Town Lumber and Supply. Snap back, McDougal, quick pass out, and it's broken up, incomplete to the left side. So the two-point conversion is no good. And with 10:08 remaining here in the first half, Georgetown leads it 28-0 over Copperas Cove. Quick timeout. Eagle football continues in a moment.
The second quarter is brought to you by Aesthetic Dentistry of Georgetown. The mission and purpose of our team is to help provide quality of life with healthy and beautiful smiles. Determine if a highly trained cosmetic dentist is the best option for your smile. We are located at 3622 Williams Drive, Building 2 in Georgetown, Texas. Visit our webpage at www.aestheticdentistrygt.com or call 512-819-9100.
Back here live, Burkle back to the field we go. Doppler Dave.
Hey, guys, it's 90 degrees, but it feels like 28-0, fellas.
28 degrees of a big whooping coming on right now. Georgetown playing well, and a little bit of a play you haven't seen all year. Holden, talk to us about that scoring drive for the Eagles.
Man, it was 5 plays, 83 yards. They started off on the other side of the field, and they got to think Copperas Cove's a little excited about that, but they ripped off the immediate big run, sets them up for the trick play, absolute dime of a touchdown throw.
Syntex embroidery and shirt kickoff by Mashburn near side, fielded at about the 16-yard line by number 88. He'll go to the right side, up towards the middle of the field, and then get bottled up there before the 25 at the 24-yard line. The return by number 88, Ashton Adams. And with 10 minutes exactly left here in the first half, Georgetown leads it 28-0. Copperas Cove will take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line. Kind of you talk about it, Kelly, you couldn't ask for anything better in that first quarter. Georgetown opens up the ball game on a beautiful drive to score. They get the two-point conversion. The defense holds and gets the ball right back to the offense, and they go back and score again. And this offense just continuing. Only one punt on the night by Braylon Westfall, and a good job to pin the Bulldogs deep. And now the defense continuing those powerful ways here into quarter number 2.
They are looking good. Picked up where they've left off from the last 2 weeks.
Another spread formation here. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Snap back, handed off to Cuthbert, right side. And he'll go about 5 yards up to the 29-yard. Nice run there. Before being tackled by Luke Holly. And that was actually KJ Ziegler. So they're leaning a lot on the sophomore KJ Ziegler in the backfield here in the first half.
Makes you wonder if there may be a nick or something on the starting running back where he's not able to go as much as he wanted to go tonight, but they just may have a little more confidence in the sophomore.
Now I just saw it. They've got Cuthbert split wide left. Handed off, Ziegler right up the middle, cuts back upside the 35, runs over one defender, and falls forward. A first down for Copperas Cove up to the 38-yard line of Georgetown. Nice hard run by the sophomore KJ Ziegler.
That's exactly what I was going to say, and that's where I think Copperas Cove really needs to lean and start trying to establish somewhat of a running game which if they can do that, that'll free up some of those shorter passes especially. But they're going to have to try to get that running game going.
This has been the best start of a drive they've had this game. An early first down. They didn't even let themselves get into a third down situation there. They definitely got to keep this up, though.
Far side hash mark, turn, hand it to Ziegler right up the middle. A tackle missed there by the Eagles, and Ziegler's going to pick up 6 yards, bring up 2nd and 4. Just broke free of a tackle that would have been maybe a loss of 1 or no gain. And Ziegler, the good run for 6 yards, brings up 2nd and 4. 8:40 left here at the first half. Copperas Cove driving here to the 44. Manageable 2nd down, and now Ziegler to the right of King. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Far side hash mark, a look to the sideline. Now King.
Copperas Cove needs points on the board so they don't get out of this half shut out.
Snap back, King looking long. He's going to hang it up long. He's got a battle there, and what a job. Cooper Werchin on the defensive breakup there. He was covering Arthur Miller, and a good job by Cooper Werchin. Got his hand up in there, knocked it free. Brings up 3rd and 4 now for the Bulldogs.
Arthur Miller not at his dance studio tonight. He's out here playing ball.
Hanging out at
A
Berkelback.
lot of people ain't getting that reference.
Holden, do you get that reference?
I sadly do not.
And we didn't figure.
Back in my day.
That is one of the big receivers I talked about earlier in this game. He's the 6'5" guy. That is exactly how Cooper Werchin has to play, that very physical, get up in his body, and break that pass up.
2 receivers left, 2 right on the 3rd and 4 from the 44. Snap back to King, far side hash mark, fakes the handoff, quick pass. There's Arthur Miller coming across the middle after the catch, spin away from a tackle, and then he'll be taken down in Georgetown territory at about the 43-yard line. And there's the speed and size of that Arthur Miller receiver, and a big first down for the Bulldogs.
That's the athleticism the coach was talking about. It is there. They just haven't been able to take advantage of it tonight.
That's only the 2nd pass completion of the day, the first one for positive yardage.
3 receivers right, 1 left. Near side hash mark, Ziegler offset to the right side of King in the backfield. 7:40 left here in the first half. King direct snap, goes back, throws here to the near side. Tristan Glass will make the catch inside the 35. They'll mark him down at the 34, a gain of 9, brings up 2nd and 1 now for the Bulldogs.
If Georgetown will look, he is not looking off of his receivers very much. He had his eyes on that receiver the whole time. And if they'll see that, that may be one of the adjustments that they make at halftime. If he's not looking off defenders, then that'll set up a potential pick later on in the game.
2nd and 1 from the 34. Handed off Ziegler. He's going to dance to the right side, gets up past the 33, breaks the tackle, and falls forward all the way to the 31-yard line. Another first down for the Bulldogs as they continue their, clearly, I think you would have to say their best drive of the ball game, as they have gotten down to the 31 of Georgetown.
Deepest penetration that they've had into Georgetown territory. This is a time where the defense needs to button down and stop this drive, or they may have a very interesting conversation at halftime with the defensive coaches.
2 receivers left, 2 right. Ziegler offset to the left of King. Middle of the field at the 31, 1st and 10. 6:40 left in the half. Clock continues to run. Handed off Ziegler right up the middle. And a tackle made there by Seth Warren. After a gain of about 4 yards down to the 28-yard line, Ziegler quickly gets up and runs off the field.
Somebody's helmet came off, it looked like. I'm not sure who it was.
And it may have been Ziegler's that popped off, because he got up and immediately left the field, but didn't look like he was hurt. And now in the backfield is the 5'7", 155-pound senior, Austin Hall. Offset to the right of King here on 2nd and 7. The Georgetown 28. 2 receivers left, 2 right, middle of the field. 6 minutes remaining here in the half. King back, looks, throws right, and almost picked off by Luke Colley. I think he read exactly what you were talking about, that the King is not looking off that one receiver, and Luke Colley laid out and broke it up, almost had the INT, brings up 3rd and 7.
And that was a little bit different that time, because I started watching the defenders in the backfield, and that time Luke was actually, instead of focusing on the receiver as he was coming out, he saw the direction he was going and took a quick glance over at the quarterback and was watching his eyes and read that pass all the way.
3rd and 7 from the Georgetown 28. 5:54 remaining here in the first half. Georgetown with a 28-point lead. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Austin Hall, the running back, offset to the left of King in the backfield. And now Coach Chuck Griffin's going to take his first time out of the ball game. We'll take it with him with 5:54 remaining here in the first half. 28-0, Georgetown leads it. Eagle football continues in just a moment.
For all the fly fishing, hunting, and outdoors enthusiasts, River and Ranch Provisions is your one-stop shop for the gear you need. There's a large selection of hunting and fly fishing supplies for the beginner, all the way up to the experienced outdoor folks. Cody, Brad, Sam, and Tim have put together a high-end outdoor outfitter with high-quality supplies and services to make everyone feel welcome and important, regardless of your experience level. Come see what there is to offer at 807 South Austin Avenue in Georgetown, or check out the website at www.rrpgtx.com.
Back here live, Burkle backfield, 5:54 remaining first half. Out of the timeout caught by head coach Chuck Griffin. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Hall offset to the right of King in the backfield. 3rd and 7 for the Bulldogs at the Georgetown 28. Snap back to King. Looks left, keeps looking left, throws left, overthrown and out of bounds, incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th and 7. Tristan Glass frustrated there. The ball nowhere near where he can make a play on it. And that'll bring up a big 4th and 7 now from the 28-yard line.
He's really going to have to start looking off some defenders because, again, if he gets focused, and we saw it with Luke Holly on that couple of plays ago, if he keeps staring down his intended receivers, somebody's going to pick this off. And out there on the edges, could they get to the house?
Shaheem Down had a beautiful interception last week and a big return for Georgetown. You'd love to see him have a chance, someone have a chance to open up on one of those picks and take it all the way to the house. 5:48 remaining. 28-0. Georgetown leads at a big 4th down here for Copperas Cove on 4th and 7. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Ziegler back in, but now a timeout by head coach Tony Johnson of Copperas Cove. And we'll take it with them. We're here in the middle of quarter number 2 with 5:48 remaining. Quick timeout. Eagle football continues in a moment.
The second quarter is brought to you by Aesthetic Dentistry of Georgetown. The mission and purpose of our team is to help provide quality of life with healthy and beautiful smiles. Determine if a highly trained cosmetic dentist is the best option for your smile. We are located at 3622 Williams Drive, Building 2 in Georgetown, Texas. Visit our webpage at www.aestheticdentistrygt.com or call 512-819-9100.
Back out of the timeout, back here live, Birkelbach Field. We're in the JCT Memorial Broadcast booth, brought to you by JMTs. 4th and 7 for the Bulldogs from the 28 of Georgetown. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Ziegler in the backfield. That was Cuthbert. Now pressure, escaping the sack of Luke Butch as King. Now he's going to have to throw it up, corner of the end zone. But out of bounds it goes. Tristan Glass frustrated there on the sideline. What a play by Luke Butch. And he's mad at himself. He should have had King down for the sack. But instead, it's a turnover on downs. Georgetown has it 1st and 10 at their own 28.
We have called Luke Butch's name a lot this season. He is a tremendous force on that defensive line. And there, he didn't quite get the sack, but he sure sent that quarterback out of that pocket scrambling like he was being chased by wild animals.
And what's fascinating is they only rushed 2 guys there against 5 offensive linemen and still were able to generate that pressure, which disrupted the play.
2 receivers left, 2 back set, turn, hand it. Luke Livingston comes near side, tries to get outside the numbers and run out of bounds for no gain, back to the 28-yard line and bring up 2nd and 10. Nice pursuit there by number 9, Davion Phillips, the senior linebacker, to not let Livingston turn it upfield for any gain.
Yeah, good job of getting that stretched out. That speed not quite enough to get to the outside. Of course, Copperas Cove has a lot of speed on their edges as well. So I think the better attack is directly at this Copperas Cove Bulldog defense. Maybe trying to keep them a little honest out there.
2nd and 10. Luke Livingston on the near sideline. Or on the near side of McDougal. That's going to be Coach Griffin's second timeout of the half. 5:32 remaining here in the Aesthetic Dentistry of Georgetown second quarter. Quick timeout. Eagle football continues in a moment.
The Jason Chance Tompkins Memorial Broadcast Booth is brought to you by JMTs. JMTs provides custom apparel and promotional items to small businesses, schools, and nonprofit organizations. Our services include screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Our game-changing direct-to-film printing allows JMTs to print full-color graphics on your garments. JMTs has the experience and confidence to take on any order. Visit our website at jmts.com or call us at 512-388-5555.
Yeah. I'm the big homie for those of y'all that don't know me. One and only.
Back here, Burkle box, 2nd and 10. Snap back, handed off near side. Callaghan hit and dropped for about a 1-yard gain. Nice tackle there by the Bulldog defender, number 38. Gilbert Davis, the junior will linebacker, 6'1", 220 pounds. Bring up 3rd and 9 now for Georgetown.
It's only the 4th third down Georgetown has had, but it's definitely the most impactful one for this Copperas Cove defense. They have to get them off the field, have to get the ball back to the offense, and they have to score.
Empty backfield now for McDougal. 2 receivers left, 3 right. From the near side hash mark, 3rd and 9 from the 29. Warren in motion left. Snap back to McDougal. He's rolling left, looking left, throws it out in the flat. Warren makes a man miss, but a good shoestring tackle there as Warren tried to spin out of it, but he's taken down right at about the 36-yard line. And that will bring up a 4th down for Georgetown. Beautiful tackle by number 23, Darius Milo, to keep Georgetown from getting the 1st down. And another punt now by Braylon Westfall.
Kind of interesting that we didn't see Jet Walker out there at all. Now he's out there on the punt coverage team, but we didn't see him at all on that drive.
I think it's a cycle we've been seeing in some of these drives. One drive, Jet Walker's out there. One drive, you'll see Livingston or Callaghan or both of them. And now Walker back in the rotation. Westfall stands at about his 21. Here on 4th and 9. Snap is back. He has it. Low snap. He gets it away. The punt. It's going to land at about the 38-yard line. It gets a Georgetown roll inside the 25. And it is picked up by Georgetown. Number 31, Tickner. Touch it dead for Georgetown, and a big punt there while Westfall flips the field again for Georgetown. Copperas Cove will take over 1st and 10 with 3:50 left, but instead of holding Georgetown in their own end and getting a decent field position, they're all the way back inside their own 25.
Well, you saw him come after that punt a little bit there, and I'm expecting in the second half at least that we'll start seeing Copperas Cove take a few more chances to try to make something happen, which could cost them a little bit. But I think at this point you're down 4 touchdowns. You've got to start taking some chances. You've got to start taking some risk. And the best formula right now for Copperas Cove would be to be able to put some points on the board before halftime, get a little fresh energy, and move on.
Now they're saying illegal formation by Georgetown. 5 men were in the backfield at the punt. So it's 5 yards added on at the end of the kick. So it'll be 1st and 10. Up at the 28-yard line of Georgetown for Copperas Cove with 3:50 left here in the first half. 3 receivers left, 1 right. King in the shotgun formation. Cutbirth in the backfield beside King on his right side. He's looking left. He's going to throw it up left. Jaheim down! Picked it off. He's got a block up back to midfield. Cuts back near side. 45, 40, 35, 30. And he's got a slew of blockers. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Georgetown. Jaheim down. Pick 6.
There it is. He was watching his eyes the whole time.
King hung it up there, and Jaheim Dowd went and got it into the end zone for the touchdown. 34-0. Georgetown leads it with 3:34 left in the first half. And the G-Town Lumber and Supply extra point attempt. They'll set up for the 2-point conversion.
After the play, unsportsmanlike, number 5.
So Jaheim Dowd whistled for the unsportsmanlike penalty.
No, that's Tyler Glandor. He said number 5.
That's Jaheim Dowd on the defensive end
side,
who had the pick 6.
There we go again. Disregard.
Holden, it's because he
Shut
plays
up.
defense.
Shut up.
So that'll be assessed on the kickoff. So Mashburn will be kicking from his own 25-yard line.
Did he throw that ball into the stands again?
I didn't see. I was wondering. Mashburn on to attempt the extra point now as they go into the field goal formation. Snap back. McDougal has the hold down. The kick is up, and the extra point.
I
can't tell if it was good or not. They're waving their hands kind of weird.
I want to give a shout out to McDougal. There's been a couple of rough snaps, and he's got really sure hands and gets that ball in a position where the kicker can kick it. So good job there, McDougal, on handling that.
So now a flag was thrown there as well. Both teams come off. The extra point was no good.
I think it was good. I'm just not sure what the penalty is.
15-yard penalty. That'll be assessed up the kickoff as well.
They haven't put the point on the board, so I'm not sure what they did. So they called roughing the center. You cannot touch the center on a deep snap. They've got their head bent looking down between their legs. It's exposed them. It's an injury deal is what it is. And they
there's the point.
So now they have put the point up. So the extra point is good. The official on the near side, his good signal was about out in front of him at 45 degrees, and so I couldn't see if it was good or not. But Georgetown leads it 35-0. Quick timeout. Eagle football returns in just a moment.
Hey, Georgetown, there's a new place to eat breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and it's on the beautiful square in downtown. It's Goldberger Diner. When you walk into this 50s-style diner, you're greeted with a smile, greeted like your family. Sit at the counter, a table, or a booth and get ready for an old-fashioned dining experience like no other in Georgetown. Enjoy tasty breakfast or come later for a burger, chicken fried steak, or even the Southern classic liver and onions. There's so much to choose from. Goldberger Diner is located at 109 West 7th Street in downtown.
Back here live, Burkle backfield. Georgetown puts it up on the extra point, 35-0. Mashburn stays perfect on the night on his extra point attempts, and now ready to kick it away at the Syntex shirt and embroidery. Kickoff to the near side. Coming up the field, it's going to bounce, takes a high hop, fielded at the 12-yard line, finds a gap near side, cuts back, and there's a flag thrown as he's brought down at the 30-yard line.
Number 26, Keyshawn Dooley.
So Keyshawn Dooley on the return, but a flag thrown there. So we'll see what that flag is.
Usually the flags on the kickoffs are typically on the return team, usually a hold or a block in the back.
And that is exactly what they're going to call. Holden?
Hold in or holding?
Holden called the holding. But a good call by Holden, you're right.
Is that painting or Peyton?
So a hold on the Copperas Cove Bulldawgs. So instead of 1st and 10 at their own 30, it backs them back, and the kids let them know from the Georgetown.
Not to, as Mater would say.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at the 20. 3:27 left here in the first half. Georgetown looking to finish the first half of their third ball game of the season and have not given up a point in the first half. Another stand that this defense would love to make here. King gets a snap back, hands it off. Cutbirth comes left, and he gets about 3 yards on the carry up to the 23. Andrew Urban stands up and has the ball. But they blew that one dead, so it'll bring up 2nd and 8 now. 2nd and 7 for the Bulldogs.
Andrew wasn't emphatic about that, so I think he was just trying to go for the sales on the used car lot. Didn't quite finish the sale.
Jesse Espinosa there on the defensive line as well, along with number 90, A.J. Stevenson for the Eagles. 2nd and 7 for the Bulldogs. King hands it off to Ziegler. Right side up past the 25 to about, they're going to spot it nicely up to the 29-yard line. And that'll bring up a short 3rd and 1 now. 2:35 left here in the first half as the clock continues to run.
They have one-on-one opportunities, especially in that last formation down the field. The problem is their passing game has been so inconsistent today. King is 3 of 12, 20 yards in that interception. So I don't know how much confidence these coaches have to put the ball in his hands and let him try to push the ball down the field.
King back in the backfield, turns, hands it off. Ziegler left side, cuts to the left, taken down. Cooper Werchen grabs on and rides him to the ground, but a big first down for the Bulldogs up to the 45-yard line.
They're having some success with that running game, and it seems like every time they start running the football well, they decide to try a pass, and then it all comes unglued or there's a penalty or something like that. I think Copperas Cove is going to have to stick with this run game as long as they can, but they really need points to try to have something to build on at the half.
Guys.
Go ahead, Dave.
I was just going to say this weather might be having a factor. They're switching out guys on defense quite a bit, and I had to watch where I stepped earlier.
Quarterback keeper up the middle. King takes it for 5 yards after faking the end around. The pitch to number 88, Adams. King keeps it forward up to midfield. 2nd and 5 now. Inside a minute and a half remaining here in the first half.
It's still just humid, sticky down here, about 50% humidity. And our defensive guys look a little gassed right now.
3 receivers right, 1 left. Ziegler offset to the left of King, middle of the field at the midfield stripe. Snap back, King's looking. He's going to throw it across the middle. And the pass broken up. Luke Holly on defense there. Number 6, Arthur Miller, couldn't bring it down. Luke Holly breaks it up. And the incompletion brings up a 3rd and 5 from midfield.
And another instance of this inconsistent passing game, he had an open drag route going to the right side of the field. Instead, holds on to it, tries to gamble for more, and a big breakup there by Luke Hawley, who's having an excellent game.
So a big 3rd down here for the Bulldogs with 1:06 left in the first half. 2 receivers right, 2 left. KJ Ziegler, the sophomore running back, in the backfield with King, middle of the field at the 50-yard line. Ziegler offset to the right of King. Snap back to King, handed to Ziegler, right up the middle, 45, runs through Alex Wilson, up past the 35, breaks another tackle, and being finally brought down inside the 30, down to the 27-yard line. A big run by the sophomore, KJ Ziegler.
Yeah, both these teams have burned 2 timeouts already in this half, so Copperas Cove, they've got time on their side, but 1 timeout left.
55 seconds, continues to run, handed off to Ziegler. Up the middle, dances to the right and falls forward for about a gain of 4. Bring up 2nd and 6.
This is what I was talking about a little bit earlier. Stick with that running game. Let it start doing something. Let those big offensive linemen, this is really only the 2nd time we've seen the offensive line really impose their will on this Georgetown defense.
And with 39 seconds left in the half, Coach Tony Johnson of Copperas Cove will take his final timeout. Quick timeout. Eagle football continues in a moment.
The second quarter is brought to you by Aesthetic Dentistry of Georgetown. The mission and purpose of our team is to help provide quality of life with healthy and beautiful smiles. Determine if a highly trained cosmetic dentist is the best option for your smile. We are located at 3622 Williams Drive, Building 2 in Georgetown, Texas. Visit our webpage at www.aestheticdentistrygt.com or call 512-819-9100.
Back out of the timeout. 39 seconds remaining. Copperas Cove has it 2nd and 7 from the 23 of Georgetown. King has 3 receivers right, 1 left. Cutbirth in the backfield to his right. King looking left. Has the drag route open and missed sack. King's going to scramble. Now he's past the line of scrimmage and he'll try to slide down, but right at, you cannot throw that flag. He slid down into the defender himself. They're going to throw the roughing penalty on a quarterback who had given himself up. I don't know how you call that one when he slid into the feet of the defender. Where else is he going to fall but right down on the quarterback? So it's got to be a big penalty and give him a first down inside the red zone for the Bulldogs with 29 seconds left in the half, Kelly.
Well, it's going to be interesting, a long conversation about it, so we'll see what they say.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense. After this, it's a goal for first down.
they don't give a number. Coach Griffin is unhappy. That's the word I'll use here. He's wanted an explanation. Just so you know, he hit him in the head with his shoulder, Coach. The mic was still on for the referee.
If that's the case, it's targeting.
Yeah. So I still agree with Coach Griffin. He jumped to a slide at the feet of the defender right into his legs.
Well, and I think that's what Copperas Cove's coach is saying. It was to the head and to the shoulders, and if they're calling that a penalty, then by rule that's targeting, and that would result in an ejection, and I think their coach is wondering why there was no ejection.
First and goal for the Bulldogs, the first time they've had it inside the 10-yard line of Georgetown, and now a discussion on the far side with the referee. Coach Johnson.
After the penalty, Copperas Cove.
That's odd.
So with 29 seconds remaining, it's a first and goal for the Bulldogs. King back. He's looking left. Nowhere else to look. He throws it up the corner, batted up, and then taken down by Arthur Miller for the touchdown. Off the hands of Luke Holly, tipped up in the air. Arthur Miller grabs it. Cooper Werchen laid a hit on, but Arthur Miller able to get a foot down for the touchdown. And with 21 seconds remaining in the first half, Copperas Cove scores their first touchdown of the ball game. Cuts it to 35-6 with the extra point coming as Luna set to take the extra point attempt for the Bulldogs.
Well, that penalty contributed to it, so it'll be interesting to see how they respond now at halftime.
Snap is back. It bounces. Going to have to be picked up. Number 10 runs with it. He's going to throw it up to the end zone, and it's complete. Kind of hard to believe there wasn't an illegal man downfield since 3 linemen were in the end zone.
Yeah.
But a 2-point conversion comes out of a bad snap. And with 21 seconds remaining in the first half, it's 35-8. Georgetown leads it over Copperas Cove. Quick timeout. Eagle football continues in a moment.
For all the fly fishing, hunting, and outdoors enthusiasts, River and Ranch Provisions is your one-stop shop for the gear you need. There's a large selection of hunting and fly fishing supplies for the beginner, all the way up to the experienced outdoor folks. Cody, Brad, Sam, and Tim have put together a high-end outdoor outfitter with high-quality supplies and services to make everyone feel welcome and important, regardless of your experience level. Come see what there is to offer at 807 South Austin Avenue in Georgetown, or check out the website at www.rrpgtx.com.
Back here at Burkle backfield, 21 seconds remaining in the half. Thanks to an unnecessary roughness penalty on a first and goal from the 9, King hits Arthur Miller off a tip by Luke Holly for their first points of the ball game, and now they'll kick it away to your Georgetown Eagles.
Will they?
Will they? Christian Luna lines up, sets it up on the near side hash mark. Luna will boot it away. Middle of the field, picked up off of Xavier Warren. The ball bounces free. Holly will fall on it at the 15-yard line. 21 seconds remaining. No clock started there.
And they're lucky that that wasn't called for a penalty because Sedgwick was waving fair catch but did not receive the ball, which typically is a flag.
Well, anybody on the receive team can wave fair catch, but if he catches it and then tries to advance it.
Number 8, 5-yard penalty added to the end of the kick. First down.
No offsides on the kicking team. And so that'll add 5 yards to the end of the kickoff. And so Georgetown will have it first and 10 at the 20-yard line. And I think they will just take a knee with this one. They've got one player about 15 yards deep.
Coach's headset's off, so I'm going to try to catch him at the field.
Xavier Warren lined up about 15 yards deep here. McDougal surrounded by Sedgwick and Jet Walker will take the snap and kneel on it. Snap is back. McDougal takes the knee at the 14-yard line. And he'll allow the clock to run out. Down to the sideline, Dave, with Coach Chuck Griffin.
Coach, for the game, another really good first half. Yeah. What are your thoughts on it?
man, our guys are playing really hard. And, man, this is a good game for us. It's really stinking hot out here tonight. And having to play there, try to bow our neck at the end, it's great for us.
What did the referee say about this penalty from him?
It said we hit him in the head with our shoulder, but that's kind of hard when they kind of cleat us in the shin. We're gonna fall on them. So that's the way the game goes.
Guys, back to you.
So at the end of the first half, Georgetown leads it 35-8 over the Copperas Cove Bulldawgs. We'll go to the halftime. A quick interview. Kelly will bring it up after a couple of commercials. Kelly talking about the interview.
Yeah,
and everyone will hear.
At halftime this season, we're going to focus on some of the student trainers that are there. We interviewed H and Vanessa last week. This week, we're going to interview one of the senior trainers, student trainers, and let you hear that. And then we may have a special guest, and then we'll show you the Georgetown marching band. So stick with us here at half.
Attention Georgetown Eagle football fans, Blair Hogue with the Hogue team of Fairway Independent Mortgage is your local lender conveniently located on the square in downtown Georgetown. With over 22 years of experience, Blair and his team are here to guide you through every step of your home journey, whether you're buying, refinancing, or pulling out equity for debt consolidation or home improvements. We do it all, and we're dedicated to making your dreams a reality. When you think mortgage, think local. Think Blair Hogue with the Hogue team. Visit us today or call 512-717-9912 and let's get started on your path to home ownership. Georgetown, there's a new dining and entertainment spot in town, Camp Brightside. Come and enjoy unbelievable food and drink menu in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Brightside is not just great food and drink, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and an outdoor stage. Camp Brightside is located at 8701 Rural Route 2338, also known as Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Brightside is the site of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food, fun like none other in Georgetown, visit Camp Brightside and stay a while.
We welcome you back to the GISD Athletic Complex, Birkelback Field, for the halftime, sponsored by Blair Hogue and the Wood Group of Fairway. We appreciate their support. Here is the interview with one of our senior athletic trainers, and then we'll come back and show you the Georgetown Marching Band.
And we welcome to the halftime show to help focus on the GHS student trainers, Peyton Pitkethley. Peyton, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Peyton is one of the GHS senior student trainers, so appreciate you joining us. Peyton, what got you interested in training?
So I was in middle school, and one of my mom's friends' daughters had done training, and they suggested it to me, and I thought I'd try it out, and I've been doing it ever since.
And you've been trainer since what grade?
Freshman year.
Freshman. Awesome. Yeah. And it's a lot of work, and that's part of the reason why we wanted to spotlight you guys, because a lot of people don't know everything that goes into what you guys do. Which sports do you work with besides football?
We work with most sports. We do basketball, boys and girls, soccer, swimming, tennis, baseball, softball, wrestling, all of those.
And which ones do you do? Just whatever's needed, or are you assigned other sports?
We're typically assigned a different sport each year. So in the past years, I did girls basketball my freshman year. My sophomore year, I did not wrestling, boys soccer. And then last year, I did softball.
Which one's your favorite to work with?
Probably softball. They were really sweet and welcoming.
That's good. That's good. So what is a regular day, Monday through Thursday, unless we have Thursday game, of course, but what's Monday through Thursday look like for you schedule-wise? What time do you get to the school?
I have practice Mondays, so on Mondays I'm here at 6 a.m. most of the time to get ready for the morning practices. Football.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tuesdays I usually have free. It's a lot of like scheduling, but Wednesdays I get here at 6:30 for treatments, and then Thursdays it can be different based off of like if we have a game that day or if it's on Friday. But Thursdays we usually stay after school to get stuff ready for the Friday games, and then Friday we have our football games. That's pretty busy weeks though.
So Friday home game. What's that day look like? Starts what time? What time do you get done?
Depending on like if it's an A day or B day, we'll usually start setting up the field around like 1:30ish, like bringing everything down, setting up the sidelines, the locker rooms, and then we'll try to get finished by 3 or 3:30 most of the time, so we can come back up and start taping the athletes before the game, and that's kind of like the pregame stuff.
We go through the game. Is it constant stress during the game to make sure you're not standing on the sideline when you should be going out during a timeout or other things?
I would say it's pretty stressful. We have like our calm moments, but then there's just the constant like making sure everything's full, making sure the athletes are getting water as they come off the fields, making sure we wrap things like all their blood and cuts quick enough so they can get back on the field, and then dealing with injuries as they happen out on the field. So I'd say it does get pretty stressful.
What's the hardest part for you in being a student trainer?
I would say, as of now, I'd probably say like stepping up to be a leader, because as a senior, I'm looked upon as an upperclassman. So I'm expected to help teach the newbies and underclassmen how to do all this stuff. And it can get stressful at times because if like something bad were to happen, upperclassmen usually take the heat for it. So just like trying to teach them how to do everything right while also like keeping everything like going smoothly. It's difficult, but we try to get it done.
What's your favorite part of it?
I'd probably say just like getting to hang out with the people. Like I would consider training a second family to me. I'm close with all the people in there. They're like sisters to me. And then I would say it's fun getting to like help the athletes, getting to kind of be a part of a team in a way, even if it's not like playing the sport, but yeah.
Well, good. Peyton, I appreciate you joining us today, giving us a little insight into the GHS student trainer world. Any shout outs?
Probably just all the other student trainers. I mean, we work hard. We dedicate a lot of time.
Well, good. Well, thanks for joining us. Folks, this is Peyton Kethley, senior trainer for GHS Athletics. Thanks for joining us, Peyton.
Thank you for having me.
Attention Georgetown Eagle football fans, Blair Hogue with the Hogue team of Fairway Independent Mortgage is your local lender conveniently located on the square in downtown Georgetown. With over 22 years of experience, Blair and his team are here to guide you through every step of your home journey, whether you're buying, refinancing, or pulling out equity for debt consolidation or home improvements. We do it all, and we're dedicated to making your dreams a reality. When you think mortgage, think local. Think Blair Hogue with the Hogue team. Visit us today or call 512-717-9912 and let's get started on your path to home ownership.
Back here live, Burkle backfield. We're at the halftime, 35-8. Georgetown leads it over the Copperas Cove Bulldawgs. Special thank you to Peyton Kethley for joining Kelly this week for that interview. We love to highlight these student athletes, and man, these athletic trainers are second to none behind the work of Chad Hennessy and Vanessa Rideau. But a special thanks to Peyton for joining us this week, and to Blair Hogue and the Wood Group of Fairway Spot for sponsoring your halftime show. But now it's time for halftime stats with Holden. Holden, what do we got? Man, what a good half.
It was absolutely a good half for the Georgetown Eagles, up 35-8. They did let up their first points of the first half in these 3 games. All total, they're outscoring their opponents 118 now to 8 in the first halves of these 3 games. So they've come out with a fury and force that has really dominated all their opponents so far in the run game and pass game. Running the ball for Georgetown, 16 carries, 135 all total. Obviously, Jet Walker, the headline guy, 8 carries, 77 yards, 2 touchdowns, almost 10 a carry. Got to shout out Callaghan as well, the big 47-yarder to set up that eventual trick play that Brian Westfall kind of reverse pitch threw an absolute dime to Sedgwick in the corner. And then passing the ball, haven't asked a ton out of McDougal. He's 6 of 9, 75 yards, and the 1 score, but they really haven't needed him, and that's kind of where you want these young quarterbacks to be. They don't want to be in. You don't want to put them in a position where they have to throw it 20 times in the first half. They have to push the ball downfield. This is exactly where you want them to be, how you want to set them up.
And if you didn't know the stories, if you didn't know the games, if you just looked at numbers, you'd be like, what's wrong with the passing game? McDougal's put up 5 touchdowns in one game, 4 in another, now just 1 at the halftime. You're leading 35-8. What's wrong with your offense? Why is he not throwing the ball better? Why are we not throwing the ball? It's because you don't have to tonight. Jet Walker maintaining a great presence on the ground along with Elijah Callaghan, Luke Livingston getting some carries in there as well. But then you've got your receiving core that's doing a great job at Davin Sedgwick. Man, the blocking by these wide receivers is just something that keeps sticking out of my head, creating that close on the near side when Jet Walker came around for the touchdown, both Warren and Sedgwick on big blocks. And so you love to see those kind of things. One thing we did get this half that we haven't seen a lot of is a defensive touchdown, a big pick 6 by Jaheim Down.
Yeah, and just to shout out this wide receiver blocking one more time, it's really the unappreciated aspect of being a wide receiver. A lot of kids grow up, they see Justin Jefferson making these one-handed sit catches for touchdowns. They forget about you got to be gritty sometimes. You're going to run the ball, and you have to be a good blocker if you're going to get playing time. And it's great to see that they don't have to sub out these first teamers to get the guys who willingly throw themselves into the mix, get physical. So just another shout out to those guys. But yeah, this secondary has done a phenomenal job. I shouted them out earlier as the position group that needed to play well. They have absolutely answered that and then some. Anthony King for Copperas Cove is 4 of 15, 29 yards. The late touchdown, but obviously the pick 6. And like we've mentioned multiple times, Anthony King is having a bit of a tendency to stare down his receivers. And you saw that last time on the interception. I feel like he predetermined where he was going with the ball. He ended up throwing it into essentially triple coverage over the middle of the field. And you always like to get your guys opportunities, but in that instance, a 50-50 ball becomes 80-20 leading defense. So you have to be smarter with the football, but it's a great job by Jaheim Dow taking advantage of the opportunity. I'd be shocked if there isn't more, especially if King still kind of is staring down these receivers. But the important thing to note with that is a lot of times these receivers are getting open, and King is kind of missing them out of bounds too high. We saw that on the big 4th down. He overshot his receiver in the corner of the end zone, which would have been a score. It was just over his head. He couldn't complete it, and there's some frustration building for this offense of Copperas Cove. So they get the touchdown at the end of the first half. Maybe that'll settle them in, and then they definitely need to continue this rhythm. You have to shout out KJ Ziegler, though. The second-string running back, it's important to note, he was not listed as the starter, but he's got 14 carries, 84 yards, 6 a pop now. He's really spurned the life of Copperas Cove.
And the crazy thing about it, he's not listed on the 2 deep as the backup. It's a senior Austin Hall as the backup. He's the 3rd running back coming in. You've got the sophomore KJ Ziegler doing a great job. Georgetown leads it 35-8. We don't want to take away from what you can watch live now here, SHN Sports. We're going to bring you the Georgettes. They, of course, are the darlings. Let's see. I want to make sure I announce it right. I apologize. The Sweethearts of Georgetown. The Georgettes will perform, and then the band will bring it live to you here on the SHN Sports Network. And thank you for joining us. Quick time out. Here come the Georgettes and the Georgetown Eagle Marching Band.
It is with the greatest of pleasure that I introduce you to the award-winning Sweethearts of Georgetown, the Georgettes. The Georgette officers are Lieutenant Ella Lishka, Lieutenant Trinity Easton, Lieutenant Maddie Skillman, and in the center, your 2024-2025 Georgette Captain, Miss Abby Tull. The Georgette socials are Abby Jones, Brittany McLean, and JJ Rossarelli. Social butterfly is Genevieve Kasmeyer. Officer's choice is Caitlin Hamilton. And the Georgette of the week is Raya Rossarelli. The Georgettes would like to dedicate tonight's performance to Parker Hamilton. And now, watch the Georgettes as they perform a palm routine to the smash hit, Choose Your Fighter. selection of Mrs. Crystal Ratley. As the band and color guard take the field, they would like to thank their booster board for their countless hours of hard work and tremendous support. The band is led on the field by drum majors Nathan Aker, Zoe Krisky, and Ian McAllister. Your 2024-2025 color guard captain is Hannah Cohn. Lieutenant is Shaylin Walsh, and Sergeant is Lily Eden. Brass caption head is Ian McAllister. Woodwind caption head is Izzy Vester. Percussion caption head is Adeline Jansen. Please help us celebrate our members of the week. Congratulate the color guard member of the week, Sadie Kitchen. Brass member of the week, Grayson McQuain. Woodwind member of the week is Nick DeCaney. Battery member of the week is Ben Farrell. Front ensemble member of the week is James Cunningham. The Eagle Band section of the week is the trumpets. And finally, our Eagle Band parent of the week is our amazing treasurer, Mrs. Barbara Nerbas. Thank you, Barbara. The band would like to dedicate tonight's performance to all kids fighting cancer and our very own childhood cancer warrior, Adeline Jansen. The Georgetown High School Eagle Marching Band and Color Guard will now perform acts 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4 of their 2024 competition show, The Land of Sweet Dreams. The Land of Sweet Dreams is an homage to the classic board game Candyland. You will see and hear sweet sights and sounds that will invoke images and feelings of the game. The Land of Sweet Dreams features soloists Lily Rogers, Nathan Aker, Izzy Vester, Kaylee Brenner, and Ian McAllister. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy the sights and sounds of the Georgetown Eagle Marching Band and Color Guard. Directors of the Georgetown High School Eagle Marching Band are Justin Smith and Amy Bennett. Director of Percussion is Jed Leach. Director of Color Guard is Luis Flores. Front ensemble instructor for the
Struggling with addiction or know someone who is? There's light at the end of the tunnel, and it shines bright at the Oak Ridge Disciple House. As a 501c3 Christian ministry, they are dedicated to helping men aged 18 and older rebuild their lives free from the chains of drug and alcohol addiction. Be reminded, there's always hope, always a new beginning. Discover your fresh start with the Oak Ridge Disciple House. Proud supporters of Georgetown Eagle football, because just like the Eagles, the fight at Oak Ridge never dies. Find out more at oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
Mesquite Creek Outfitters is located at 704 South Austin Avenue in Georgetown, Texas. Come enjoy a refreshing drink, a light menu, chat with friends, and maybe even shop a little bit. Mesquite Creek Outfitters is the host of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday. The show is live at 6 p.m. at MCO. Jason Chance Tompkins Memorial Broadcast Booth is brought to you by JMTs. JMTs provides custom apparel and promotional items to small businesses, schools, and nonprofit organizations. Our services include screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items. Our game-changing direct-to-film printing allows JMTs to print full-color graphics on your garments. JMTs has the experience and confidence to take on any order. Visit our website at jmts.com or call us at 512-388-5555. Attention Georgetown Eagle football fans, Blair Hogue with the Hogue team of Fairway Independent Mortgage is your local lender, conveniently located on the square in downtown Georgetown. With over 22 years of experience. Attention Georgetown Eagle football fans, Blair Hogue with the Hogue team of Fairway Independent Mortgage is your local lender, conveniently located on the square in downtown Georgetown. With over 22 years of experience, Blair and his team are here to guide you through every step of your home journey, whether you're buying, refinancing, or pulling out equity for debt consolidation or home improvements. We do it all, and we're dedicated to making your dreams a reality. When you think mortgage, think local. Think Blair Hogue with the Hogue team. Visit us today or call 512-717-9912 and let's get started on your path to home ownership.
Back alive here at Birkelbag Field. We're in the JCT Memorial Broadcast Booth, brought to you by JMTs. Omar and Susie can fill all your screen printing, embroidery, and promotional items needs. Proud sponsors of your JCT Memorial Broadcast Booth. 35-8. Georgetown leads it. Holden, what's that number one more time? We've outscored opponents in our first three games now.
118-8 in the first half.
That's better, right?
More good.
More gooder.
More gooder. But Georgetown will open up kicking off in the second half, and so the defense will have to come back on the field. Another question of how long do you play your starters again here? You've got to prepare yourself for multiple quarters to be ready for district. You're going to have a bye week next week. And with that, remember, we will not have a coaches show on Wednesday night at Camp Brightside due to the week off, and then we will be back on that next Wednesday to bring you the coaches show at Camp Brightside before going on the road to take on the Leander Lions on Thursday or on Friday night, the 27th.
I think it really hinges on this first drive. If Copperas Cove is able to get a long, sustained offensive drive and then score again, I think we're going to see the offensive starters for considerably longer, probably even all of the third quarter, especially if Copperas Cove continues to get an offensive rhythm. So that's why this first drive is going to be very telling for the pace and the rest of this game, starter-wise, playing-wise, but even momentum-wise for any potential comeback.
As the halftime comes to an end, thanks to Blair Hogue of Fairway Mortgage, we're bringing you the halftime show. The Georgetown Marching Band and the Georgettes, the Sweethearts of Georgetown, performing for you live here tonight. A week off, Kelly, and it's going to be one of those at certain points of the season when you get bye weeks after 3 weeks, you're hoping, hey, can we get healthy? Can we get everything ready to go? This team's staying pretty healthy to this point. It'll be a good week to just keep those legs fresh and to be ready to go into district play on the 27th at Leander.
Yeah, and they'll be able to fix the things that ail them, I guess you could say. And it's the bye week's coming at a perfect time. We're going to get ready for a meat grinder district, and they'll be able to fix the stuff that they have seen from the first 3 games and get ready for some really, really good district football.
Your Georgetown Eagles lined up inside their inflatable. The Copperas Cove Bulldawgs on the far side lined up in their inflatable as well, waiting for both teams to take the field here for the third quarter. Kelly, what is that QR code you see on the board?
That QR code is so that you can help out with childhood cancer awareness. And that's what the team is focused on. The stadium is focused on. That's why you see all the yellow shirts on the Georgetown side because of that cancer awareness. And we got Bricks with us tonight. We're so happy that he was able to make it out tonight. He is struggling, but that young man has courage and guts, and a lot of us could learn a lot from that young man and how he handles, with all the grace and dignity that he and his family handled this situation with. Cancer is a terrible, terrible disease, and many, many families have been affected by it, mine included. So if you can help out, hit that QR code, and let's get rid of this childhood cancer.
So this week, the Georgetown Eagles taking on Copperas Cove. Remember, Wednesday night we will not be at Camp Brightside. Instead of the show, just go out and have a good dinner. We'll be back the following week to bring you more of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show with Coach Chuck Griffin and football players there at Camp Brightside, the new home to the Eagle Nation Coaches Show. And here comes your Georgetown Eagles onto the field. Cue the fight song, Kelly. And Georgetown taking the field. They'll get ready to kick it off. Back to the Copperas Cove Bulldogs to open up second half play. Second half, what do you want to see, Kelly, out of this team to finish off in a strong note on this third game of the season?
Last week, they didn't do very well coming out of the second half, so this defense needs to shut down Copperas Cove on this first drive. Offense needs 1 or 2 good drives before they start bringing in all the other ones.
The Georgetown Eagles, the Copperas Cove Bulldogs ready to go here at the second half. Copperas Cove will send on their kick return team, and Georgetown will send out Mashburn to kick it away to start quarter number 3. It's brought to you by Graham & Sons Cattle Company. The Georgetown band off to our right. And now we'll just see. It's one of those, Holden, we were talking about it. We can beat a dead horse. How important is it to get the legs for 4 quarters for these starters? And tonight doesn't seem like that game that you're going to do it. How long do you got to let them go here to get that experience? Is it 3 full quarters? Is it 3.5? Or at what point did you just say, I'm sorry, we're going to go?
Yeah, it's always a dilemma with that situation because you never want your starters to go down with injury. But the problem is if you pull them too early, like you're saying, they're not conditioned for 4-quarter games, which they're going to have to play in district. Personally, I would wait for this drive to happen, play the starters this drive, and if we're able to get a quick 3 and out, maybe 1 offensive set with the starters, and then put in the backups. I like to play the side of conservative. I do not want to risk injury, especially to these big-name players. I would put the backups in a little earlier.
So Mashburn will tee it up, middle of the field at the 40-yard line. Bag deep, Cutbirth is to receive on the far side. On the near side for the Copperas Cove Bulldogs is Dooley. Here on the near side, both stand about the 5-yard line. Christopher Mashburn, the senior kicker, tees it up and gets ready to put the ball in the air to start quarter number 3. Here at Burkle backfield, Mashburn will approach. The kick is in the air, and this one's a shot. Fielded on the line drive at the 3-yard line. Cutbirth comes back to the middle field, 10, up to the 15, cuts back 20, 25, 30, finds a seam, cuts back the opposite direction, and now the race is on. Cutbirth past midfield. Cooper Werchin has a line on him at the 40. He'll cut back here, gets a block, tries to, but stumbles down, and a late flag comes in Georgetown territory. About the 39-yard line is where it falls. And, Kelly, that's where you were talking about.
Yeah.
Don't go again, Dave.
Something happened there on the sideline. There was some sort of probably discussion. A flag went flying high on the sideline there on the Copperas Cove side.
Yeah, and that first one was away from the ball, so it may have been a penalty that had nothing to do with the play being run.
And a huge return by Cutbirth, fielded at about the 3-yard line. Did some fantastic running. We talked about why they wouldn't signal a fair catch because of that athletic ability, and Cutbirth showing it there. And now we'll try to catch the umpire's call there on the field.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Both on the receiving team. During the play, both were blocking the foul.
is costly.
25 yards?
30 yards. You
30?
have two 15-yard penalties. The illegal block in the back was called on number 10, Cameron Rodriguez, the senior, but then a dead ball penalty, unsportsmanlike conduct on number 5, Cuthbert, and that's another personal foul. And so that 30 yards will cost a huge blow to Copperas Cove in that opening kickoff return to the second half. They're going to go all the way back to their own territory.
And Wally, not only that, number 6, Chance Kelly, limped off the field.
It was
number 8, Tennyson Dean.
Tennyson Dean here on the near side with Chad Hennessy getting looked at on his left leg. So hopefully Tennyson's going to be all right. That ball, those two penalties, Kelly, back them up to their own 40-yard line. Very costly penalties there for the Bulldogs.
You don't mind penalties of aggression during you kind of mind them, but you can tolerate those a little bit better than you can the ones that happen after the whistle or before the play even begins. And those are just killers because they were pretty good into Georgetown territory, but now they're in their own end of the field.
Two receivers right, two left. King in the shotgun. He'll hand it off. DJ Kegler right up the middle, and he'll fall forward to about the 43-yard line. That'll be a gain of 3. Bring up 2nd and 7 for the Bulldogs.
Good job there, but you see the Bulldogs trying to get that running game going again here in the second half.
KJ Ziegler, the sophomore, had a good first half. Golden, with like 84 yards.
Yeah, I had 14 carries, 83 yards for KJ Ziegler there.
So the sophomore not even on the 2-deep roster. The bulk of the carries tonight, and doing a good job for the Bulldogs. 2nd and 7, 2 receivers left, 2 right. Ziegler in the backfield, this time on the right side of King in the shotgun formation from the far side hash mark. 11 minutes left, third quarter. Clock runs here. 35-8 Georgetown leads it. Snap back, handed to Ziegler. Nope, he pulls it back and almost picked off. Good play there by Cooper Werchin to break that one up on the far side. Pass attempt went to number 12. Garrett Peets, the tight end. Cooper Werchin, a great job defensively to knock that free. And it brings up 3rd and 7 for the Bulldogs.
And this is a big third down, especially for this first drive for the Bulldogs here. If Georgetown can get them 3 and out, then that just continues the momentum that the defense had in the first half minus that touchdown drive.
3 receivers right, 1 left. King of the shotgun. He'll drop straight back. Here comes the pressure. Throws under pressure and overthrows Cuthbert. It's incomplete. And a good job there by number 33 for your Georgetown Eagles. That's Eli Duncan. Got the pressure on King, knocked him to the ground. And that'll bring up 4th and 7 and force a punt for the Copperas Cove Bulldogs on their first drive of the second half.
And at this point in the field, Copperas Cove does not want to take a chance and give Georgetown the ball in their own end of the field. So I think the punt's the wise thing. But again, you got to watch for that fake.
Back goes Christian Luna, stands at his own 29-yard line. Luke Hawley about the 25 of Georgetown to receive this punt. The snap is back for Luna. Pressure is on, the kick is away. A nice high spiral. And Hawley hit before he could even make the catch. The ball's loose. And there comes the flag out. That'll be a flag whistle. That was Max Muniz back to field that kick. He got hit. It wasn't Luke Hawley. Max Muniz, and he took a shot. Hopefully he's all right. The defender didn't even try to time the ball. He just laid Muniz out. So a big penalty there. Back-to-back situations for the Bulldogs where would have been decent field position at getting them pinned back at their own 30. Instead, it's going to be out near midfield.
And that's another special teams mistake. And a lot of people don't pay a lot of attention to special teams, but look how huge just in these first 2 special teams plays of the half that have cost now 40 yards of penalties and 40 yards of field position to benefit Georgetown.
Yeah, that's the 12th penalty on Copperas Cove for 140 yards in this game.
1st and 10 for Georgetown. Now the discussion between they're having to switch out, get Georgetown's ball in there. So Georgetown will have it 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line. 10:26 left, third quarter. Jet Walker offset to the right of McDougal in the shotgun. Here comes Terosian in motion to the right. Hand it to Walker, come back left side. Walker splits some defenders. Nice piece of running there to get forward to the midfield stripe. A gain of 4 yards brings up 2nd and 6.
And after the way they rested Jet in the second quarter especially, Jets going to have fresh legs in this half, and that could bode not very well for this Bulldogs defense.
2 receivers wide right, 2 receivers wide left. McDougal calls out the offense, sets back in the shotgun. Jet Walker directly behind him. Snap back, fake the handoff, quick pass out to the flat. Catch made by Regan Terosian. Right at about the 46-yard line, 2 yards short of a first down, brings up 3rd and 2. But a nice catch there by Terosian to go down to the ground and get that ball, get his hands underneath it to complete the catch.
I feel pretty certain that if they don't get the first down on this play, they will go for it on 4th down, because Coach Griffin has talked several times about wanting to sustain something in that first drive after the half. And I think this is 4-down territory.
2 receivers left for the Eagles. Tight end offset to the right side of the line. Walker to the left of McDougal in the shotgun. Now Xavier Warren in motion. Snap back, direct snap. Walker comes back to the left side. 45, 40. Has a lane, gets past number 4, now pushed out of bounds at inside the 30-yard line by number 23, Darius Milo. Teagan Fashion unable to catch up to Jet Walker, and a big run there brings up a borrow from Morrow, first down for your Georgetown Eagles.
For the remainder of this season, this is a big drive for Georgetown to maintain and establish second half momentum as well.
3 receivers right, 1 left, near side hash mark. Walker directly behind McDougal in the shotgun. Near side hash mark, shotgun snap back to McDougal. And there's a good play by Brent Hargrove. The defense jumped, and that drew Hargrove's reaction. That'll be a defensive penalty. And you were just talking about holding a lot of penalties. This will be the 13th penalty on the Bulldog team tonight.
Yeah, 13 penalties, 145 yards. None bigger than those 2 back-to-back penalties after the big momentum gain of the huge return to set them backwards in the start of the second half, right when they needed a score, shooting themselves in the foot repeatedly.
1st and 5 from the 24-yard line. McDougal with a clap of the hands, now looks to the near side for the signal. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Walker in the backfield directly behind McDougal. Near side hash mark. 8:59 remaining, 3rd quarter. Now Walker to the right of McDougal. Snap back to Caleb. Caleb, quick swing out to the flat for a wide receiver screen. Max Muniz makes the catch, and then he'll be taken down inside the 20. Keeps fighting. Great work there by Max Muniz, the senior. And he'll pick up another borrow from Morrow first down inside the Graham & Sons red zone.
Nice drive, and this is exactly what I know I'm beating a dead horse, but they really need this drive to put points on the board for the rest of the season.
Well, and also tonight with this heat, it's really helping our defense to stay fresh. We've got a couple of banged up guys, so that's really helping to have this long sustained drive.
1 receiver right, 2 left. Walker offset to the left side now of McDougal, far side hash mark. 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line. Terosian in motion. It's going to be a pitch to Terosian. He'll come near side, cuts back inside the 10 and take it down at the 5-yard line.
Coach is having a little prayer meeting down there with their players to keep it from going to 15 yards backwards.
And a great job there is Xavier Warren being hit late out of bounds there by number 4, Teagan Fashion. Dave was right in the middle of it. Dave, thanks for not getting involved and getting us yelled at.
Yeah, those guys were 5 yards off the field and still going at it. So I was trying my best to stay out of their way.
So it's a 1st and goal on the borrow for Morrow first down on the sweep by Regan Terosian. And now 1st and goal for the 5. Mylock in motion left side, turn around, hand it to Jet Walker in the backfield. And he'll cruise into the end zone, but that'll be waved off. It'll be a false start penalty called on Georgetown. So that'll back them up 5 yards to make it 1st and goal from the 10.
Guys, this is probably the most physical football team I've seen for Georgetown since 2012. Very physical team.
So a false start whistle on the Eagles. Back them up 5 yards and bring up 1st and goal from the 10. 7:37 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. We talked about it at the beginning, Kelly, and if we think about it here in the start of the 3rd quarter on the first offensive drive for Georgetown, the offensive line with some changes late in the week with the loss of Scherer for the game this week. And seems like the offensive line doing a good job of holding up. here in the ball game for Georgetown. 2 receivers right, none left. Walker to the left of McDougal. Near side hash mark. Shotgun snap back. Walker sweep right. Gets the handoff outside the numbers. Up to the 10. Runs over one of the defenders, and he stays down for a second there. It'll be a gain of about 3 by Jet Walker and bring up 2nd and goal from the 7.
And you saw Jet avoid the first tackle, make a move, and then whenever the corner comes up to try to tackle him in the open field, he lowered that shoulder, and you saw the result.
And even if he doesn't technically break that tackle by lowering the shoulder, he hit that cornerback hard. He's still trying to work his shoulder out after that contact. He's going to think about going that hard against Walker next time, and next time Walker might be able to break that.
Receiver left, 1 receiver right. McDougal back, dumps it out in the flat to Walker, but behind Jet. And it's incomplete, and that'll bring up 3rd and goal now from the 7.
Again, is this 4-down territory?
It's one of those, does Coach go for it and keep the momentum? Does he let Mashburn have a shot at the field goal, as he is perfect on the season so far?
Wally, I want to tip my cap to Caleb McDougal and the job he's done in running this offense. The sophomore quarterback has really done a phenomenal job.
3 receivers left, none right. Walker directly behind McDougal in the shotgun formation. They look to the near side for the call. 3rd and goal from the 7. McDougal calls it out, backs back up in formation now. Walker offset to his left. Snap back to McDougal, fake the handoff. He's looking to throw, throws it up, corner of the end zone. But Xavier Warren's going to be out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th down now for the Eagles. And it looks like the field goal team will come on to attempt a 3-point field goal.
Yeah, really no point to risk not coming away with any points here, especially given the score of 35-8. I like the field goal call.
G-Town Lumber and Supply brings you the extra point and field goal attempts. Lumber and building supplies for professionals and do-it-yourselfers. Mashburn gets set for the 24-yard field goal attempt. McDougal will put it down at the 14. The hold is down. The kick is away. The line drive kick is up, and it is good. 6:14 remaining in the 3rd quarter. The 24-yard field goal is good by Mashburn, and Georgetown leads it by 30, 38-8 over the Copperas Cove Bulldawgs. Quick timeout. Georgetown Eagle football continues in a moment.
Holden's first half stats in the 3rd quarter are brought to you by Graham & Sons Land and Cattle Company. Graham & Sons Land and Cattle Company is a cow-calf operation here in Central Texas, growing calves, cotton, corn, and wheat for commercial customers. Austin Graham and his team of crazy cowboys and cowgirls produce some of the best tasting meat that the first responder broadcasting team has ever eaten. Thank you, Graham & Sons, for your support of our broadcast of Georgetown football. Eagle fight never dies.
Love you, Wally. That would be Coach Vieira.
Coach Jordan Vieira, the baseball coach, down live on the sidelines there at Birkelbach Field.
Coach, what's your analysis of this ball game so far?
Good guys are winning, a lot too little.
Only the best from our baseball coach, Coach Jordan Vieira.
Unmatched. The
kickoff by Mashburn is going to be fielded about the 8-yard line by the Bulldogs. Up past the 15 to the left side, number 26, up past the 25-30, finds a gap right up the middle on the far side hash mark, and it gets taken down about the 40-yard line. What a return there by Keyshawn Dooley. And another opportunity here for Copperas Cove. Good starting field position. If this time no penalties, they'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
And that's a little bit of a win for this Copperas Cove defense to hold Georgetown to a field goal there. Again, it gives them something to build on for the remainder of the season as well. But now they've got to get this offense rolling. I suspect they're going to still try to get that run game going.
So the quarterback, Anthony King, comes out. 1 receiver left, 1 right in the backfield. The running back with him, let's see if that's Cutbirth or Ziegler. And that's going to be K.J. Ziegler, the sophomore. Offset to the left of King. Hand it. Nope, it is Cutbirth right up the middle, and he is hit. A big hit there by number 38, Dylan Turbeville. The initial contact and then brought down quickly. That'll be a gain of 1 up to the 42. Bring up 2nd and 9 for the Bulldogs.
I believe that's number 39 got him. Andrew Urban got a hold of him.
2nd and 9 for the Bulldogs. And now the Bulldogs, unlike Belton, they don't get in a huddle, but they take their time getting their plays in. No rush. They're down to 15 on the down clock as they bring 2 receivers right. They got a tight end on the left side of the line. Cutbirth moves to the right side of King in the shotgun formation. Far side hash mark. 5:15 remaining here in the third quarter. And now Coach Tony Johnson's going to take a timeout with 5:13 remaining in the third quarter. His first timeout of the half. Quick timeout. Eagle football continues in a moment.
Our first down sponsor this season is Borrow from Morrow. Borrow from Morrow. Our team is dedicated to providing the best mortgage experience possible. We do that by offering easy-to-use mortgage tools, including our handy mobile app, competitive rates, and assistance from experienced loan officers. Our loan officers understand the local markets, have access to a wide variety of loan programs, and are ready to guide you through the process. Your family, your future, our focus. For your mortgage needs, remember Matt Morrow, Borrow from Morrow. For more information, visit borrowfrommorrow.com. NMLS 464148.
Back live here at Merkle Backfield, 5:13 remaining here in the Graham & Sons Cattle Company third quarter. Georgetown leading it 38-8. Copperas Cove comes out of their first call timeout, 2nd and 9 from the 42-yard line. 2 receivers right. A bunch formation on the far side of the line for the Bulldogs. King in the backfield with Cutbirth to his left. Pitching forward to Glass on an end around to the left side, and he's driven out of bounds. He'll be spotted right at the 45-yard line and gain of 3, and that'll bring up 3rd and 6 now for the Bulldogs. Nice coverage there by Seth Ward to force Glass out right at the 45 and make it a long 3rd and 6 now for the Bulldogs.
It'll be interesting to see what the Bulldogs do here. It's kind of that in-between area, but you can't give the ball back to Georgetown already, so I would imagine something down the field a little bit, maybe out in the flats.
2 receivers right, 2 receivers left, 1 right for the Bulldogs. King in the shotgun stands at the 40 on the far side hash mark. Cutbirth to his side. Quick pass out to the left flat and hit immediately and taken down. What a tackle there on great coverage by number 5, Jaheim Dowd, to take down Glass. It'll actually be a loss of 1 back to the 44 and bring up 4th and 7 now for the Bulldogs.
And it looks like they're going to have to punt the ball away again, and they just cannot get their offense going like they've been wanting to do. Georgetown's been able to stifle that run game a lot. They have had a little bit of success, but their passing game has been pretty much nothing.
And I'm kind of surprised it seems like they've went away from KJ Ziegler for the most part, even though he's been their best offensive player.
Snap back to Luna at the 30. He'll get the punt away, and a good one there. It'll be fielded at about the 22-yard line on a fair catch by Max Muniz. And Georgetown will take back over with a 30-point lead with 4:19 remaining in the third quarter. 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line. So Max Muniz back on punt return duties here in the third quarter so far for Georgetown. His first attempt, he didn't have a chance to catch it. He got taken out. Now when he calls for the fair catch, 1st and 10 for Georgetown.
Still going to see at least the starting quarterback. We've got Luke Livingston in the backfield, but it is still McDougal out there.
So Luke Livingston directly behind McDougal, who's in shotgun. 2 receivers right, 1 receiver left. Snap back, hand it to Livingston. He's going to come to the left side, cuts a gap right there, right up the middle. Nice run by Livingston. That'll be a pickup of about 12 yards and a borrow for Morrow first down.
Nice run there by Luke, and we see again, it's not just Jet Walker that's the running game for Georgetown. They've got 3 backs that can all run the ball very well. Different styles of running, but we saw a really good run there.
2 receivers left, 2 right. 1st and 10 at the 35. Mylock closes in on the left side of the line. Turn around, hand it to Livingston. Gets the block up past the 40, 45, and he's hit from behind. Taken down, another gain of 12 yards. Back-to-back carries by Luke Livingston for another borrow for Morrow first down.
And another circumstance where the left tackle's able to move somebody out of the way. Luke waited for that block to happen and then hit that hole. Good game.
And he's not even getting touched coming through that line. It's shout out to that O-line, man. They're making big, huge holes for the running backs.
Sam Lopez closed down on that block, and Mylock with the kick out. And Luke Livingston took it for 11 yards. 1st and 10 for the 46. Snap back to McDougal. Fake the handoff, rolls right. He's looking left. He's going to have to throw it, and he does to Livingston, but he overshoots him out of bounds, incomplete.
Tegan Feshian, number 4 for Copperas Cove, was covering up Sedgwick pretty good on that one. I think McDougal looked at him, and it wasn't available, so he checked down.
That was a very interesting play. It was very slow developing. The only route that was kind of there whenever he pulled out of the rollout was Sedgwick, who was double covered. They had a couple looking like wheel routes that were trying to get down the field, but by the time the pressure got to him, no one had actually furthered the route enough to get in his vision, and it forces the throwaway.
2nd and 10 from the 46-yard line. 3:19 remaining. To Rosie and Ocean to the right. Fake the handoff. And McDougal will keep it. Cuts it back up. 50, 45, 40. He'll slide down for a Morrow first down at the 41-yard line of Copperas Cove. And a great read there on that pitch. We saw the pitch earlier to Rosie. This time McDougal keeps it for a nice first down run.
And again, another circumstance of him using his head and not taking a hit.
Snap back, fake the handoff. McDougal drops back. He's looking outside, slings it, but this time overshoots Xavier Warren, incomplete. So a lot of passes, though, tonight. We talk about McDougal's numbers at halftime. Not a lot of attempts, 6 for 9. But a lot of the misses tonight have been high, which is uncharacteristic for McDougal.
Yeah, sometimes with young quarterbacks especially, he just made a good 12-yard scramble, slid down. Maybe the adrenaline's flowing a little bit, so kind of air-mailed that one.
3 receivers left, 1 right. Livingston directly behind McDougal. 2nd and 10 from the 41 of Copperas Cove. McDougal looks to the near side for the call. Calls it out to his line. Back in shotgun formation. Livingston moves offset to the left of McDougal. 3 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Snap back. McDougal looks right. Dumps it left to Rosian. Wide receiver screen. Breaks a tackle up past the 35. Hit. Breaks that tackle. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. No. Stepped out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. What a play by Regan to Rosian. Broke a couple of tackles, Kelly, and you got to love it. Nice play call there. A good pass from McDougal. And a great run by Tarosian.
Tarosian did a really good job of avoiding some tackles and getting to some open space to get the first down.
Quick snap back, fake the handoff, swing it out. Sedgwick at the 18, spins, but is tackled there. Goes down to the ground. Should be a penalty flag on the far side for too many men on the field. They're not going to get it. The snap was initiated before number 18 got off the field. Matt Ziegler, the tight end, a sophomore, was trying to get off defensively. It didn't look like he made it.
James Marshall showed good sportsmanship helping Devin Sedgwick up off the ground instead of pushing all the 5 yards off the field again. That's nice.
That side judge may have been exhibiting a little grace and mercy over there for the Bulldogs.
2nd and 8 from the 18-yard line. Snap back to McDougal. Quick pass out to Sedgwick in the left flat. Catch made, but he's bottled up there, and they're ripping at the ball. Nice play there by Xavier Tacklebond to go in for the strip, while number 7, Marshall, was holding up Sedgwick on the tackle. And a short gain of about a half yard. Now it's going to be 3rd and about 7.5 for Georgetown at the 17.5, 18-yard line of Copperas Cove.
It's kind of funny. I don't think I've ever seen a team repeat the same play outside of like a video game. It was the same exact wide receiver quick screen to Sedgwick and the same result. I mean, very minimal gain.
I think they were hoping Max Muniz would have a little better opportunity blocking on that one, and it didn't pan out.
Snap back, fake the handoff. McDougal rolls right, looking right, running out of real estate. He's going to have to throw it away, and does, as he takes a shot out of bounds. Or no, not out of bounds. He avoided this shot as the defender went to the ground, but that incompletion is going to bring up 4th down for Georgetown. 4th and 8 from the 18-yard line.
Offense staying on the field.
It was another instance, we've seen this from both quarterbacks, where they're trying to gamble for more when they have something early. He had 23 on just a quick little dump-off pass, had quite a few steps on the nearest defender. It really should have been a rollout and throw, and he gets at least closer to the first down. Instead, has to throw it away, waits a little too long.
Trips right, 1 receiver left. Livingston now empties out to the right. McDougal back. He's looking. He's being pressured. He fumbles the ball but falls back on it. And it's going to be a turnover on downs. Nice play by number 49, Jace Howard, to get in there and pressure McDougal. And the Eagles turn it over on downs. Kind of surprised they didn't go for the field goal there, Kelly.
Yeah, and again, I think they're just trying to get some momentum going on that offense. Keep it going.
Quick timeout. Eagle football returns in a minute.
Holden's first half stats in the third quarter are brought to you by Graham & Sons Land and Cattle Company. Graham & Sons Land and Cattle Company is a cow-calf operation here in Central Texas, growing calves, cotton, corn, and wheat for commercial customers. Austin Graham and his team of crazy cowboys and cowgirls produce some of the best tasting meat that the First Responder Broadcasting team has ever eaten. Thank you, Graham & Sons, for your support of our broadcast of Georgetown football. Eagle fight never dies.
Back at Burkle backfield, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. King has the snapback, looks left, throws long. The pass is up, and it's batted free. They're going to throw the flag late there. Looks like they're going to throw it for pass interference on Jaheim Dowd.
Luke Hawley on that. A little too much hands on it.
Well, they called the pass interference on Jaheim Dowd. A 15-yard penalty gives the Bulldogs an automatic first down. A 15-yard penalty there. 1:05 remaining in the third quarter. And now it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Somewhere up the field, they've not set the football anywhere.
It should be at the 42 with the 15-yard penalty.
The official went back and then has to run it back forward. And he'll have it now.
Math is hard.
Now at the 42-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Ziegler back in the backfield now beside King on his right side. Shotgun snap back, hand it to Ziegler. Left side, he's hit, stacked up right at the 45-yard line and taken down. Good job by the Eagle defense there. Luke Butch in there with Andrew Urban. Cole Mitchell. Chance Kelly in there on the tackle. It'll be a gain of 4. Bring up 2nd and 6 now for the Bulldogs. 40 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Ziegler offset to the right of King in the shotgun near side hash mark. From their own 46-yard line. Snap back to King, handed off Ziegler. Cuts to the left side, cut down back at about the 49-yard line. So that'll bring up a short third down for the Bulldogs, but that may be the last play of the third quarter. 15 seconds remaining as the clock runs off. At the end of the third quarter, Georgetown's going to lead it 38-8 over the Copperas Cove Bulldogs. We'll take a timeout, come back with fourth quarter action. Georgetown Eagle football on the SHN Sports Network continues in a moment.
At Mesquite Creek Outfitters, located at 704 South Austin Avenue in Georgetown, Texas, we bring community together in a casual environment to share the love of gear, great drinks, and friendship. Enjoy our light menu, a beverage, and shop our great selection of men's and women's clothing and gear. Also, check out our website for MCO Grocery Company and have fresh groceries delivered directly to your doorstep. Visit the Mesquite Creek site at www.mesquite.
Back here at Burkle backfield, we go to quarter number 4. Georgetown leads it by 30, 38-8. The Copperas Cove Bulldogs have it 3rd and 3 from the 49-yard line. Ziegler offset to the left of King, middle of the field. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers left, 2 right. Quick screen pass out to Miller on the left side. Makes a man miss. Alex Miller, now Miller off to the races. Arthur Miller pushed out of bounds by Jaheim Dowd inside the red zone. A big first down now for the Bulldogs at the 18 of Georgetown.
And this is what Copperas Cove needs more than anything right now. A good drive, pick up some points. Again, something to build on.
Yeah, and I'm shocked they didn't go to these type of games more often earlier in the game, where it's just a quick, easy completion, get the ball in the hands of the playmakers. Obviously, these outside receivers, they're very tall. They have long strides, like you saw there. Arthur Miller was able to cover a lot of ground very quickly. I'm surprised they didn't get him the ball earlier.
You see a lot of hands on hips on that offensive line. I don't think they have a tremendous amount of depth on the Bulldog sideline over there. So these guys may start getting a little bit tired, which is an indicator that these defensive linemen need to just pin their ears back and attack the football.
2 receivers right. 2 tight ends bunched up on the left side. Ziegler offset to the right of King. Near side hash mark. Snap back. He's looking to throw. He's going to hang it out to the right flat. Picked up! This is going to be pick 6, number 2 for Georgetown. Down the far sideline. There he goes. Luke Holly. Touchdown, Georgetown. Coach David Durrell happy and beside us as his defensive backfield has taken 2 to the house tonight. Touchdown, Georgetown. What a play by Luke Holly. King floated that one out there. Luke read it, took it to the house, Kelly.
And that's one of those circumstances where he watched his receiver the entire way, and Luke was looking at his eyes and saw it. Easy pick, return for a touchdown, and that lead builds for the Eagles.
I think it was tipped at the line of scrimmage. Something looked off about that release, and it kind of did float in the air and allow that interception to happen.
44-8, Georgetown leads it. The G-Town Lovebirds apply extra point attempt. Coming at the foot of Christopher Mashburn. McDougal to hold. The snap is back. Hold is down. The kick is up. And it's no good. Off the right goalpost and out, no good. Not many times you see the field goal that the extra point attempt by Mashburn missed. That this one goes awry. 11:36 left in the ball game. 44-8, Georgetown leads it. Quick timeout. Eagle football continues in a moment.
Struggling with addiction or know someone who is? There's light at the end of the tunnel, and it shines bright at the Oak Ridge Disciple House. As a 501c3 Christian ministry, they are dedicated to helping men aged 18 and older rebuild their lives free from the chains of drug and alcohol addiction. Be reminded, there's always hope, always a new beginning. Discover your fresh start with the Oak Ridge Disciple House. Proud supporters of Georgetown Eagle football, because just like the Eagles, the fight at Oak Ridge never dies. Find out more at oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
Back live here at Burkle Backfield. Georgetown leads at 44-8, thanks in part to a Luke Holly pick 6. Second pick 6 of the night for the Georgetown defense. And now Mashburn will kick it away again to the Bulldogs. Back deep on the near side, number 26, Keyshawn Dooley. On the far side is number 5, Cutbird, as Mashburn will kick it away here on the near side. Dooley lets it bounce at the 20, picks it up at the 16. Up past the 20, goes to the far side, and he's going to be, tackle missed about the 15. Cuts back up past the 20 and then tackled for a nice little gain there of about 11 on the return. He ran about 60 yards across the field, but a missed tackle about the 10, 15-yard line for Georgetown. Gives the Bulldogs 1st and 10 at the 24.
That's better coverage than they've had the last couple of kickoffs, so I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, they have missed some tackles, though, on special teams, so a point to look at in the next 2 weeks.
So Tennyson Dean comes off from the defensive line here for the Eagles. On the defensive line, Espinoza, Jace Hester, A.J. Stevens. And one more player out there, number 33, Eli Duncan on the right side. King in the shotgun formation, has Cutbirth to his left. Hands it off to Cutbirth. He'll try to dance back right, and he'll be bottled up and taken down for no gain. They'll get him right back to the 24-yard line. Nice play there by the Eagle defense.
Wally, that defense was swarming. There was nowhere for him to go. They were all over him from the get-go.
Brings up 2nd and 10 now for the Bulldogs. 11 minutes, and the clock continues to run here left in the ball game. KJ Ziegler will come in. Cutbirth will walk off for the Bulldogs. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Now they'll bring the second receiver wide left. Ziegler will be offset to the left of King in the shotgun formation. Far side hash mark, 2nd and 10 from the 24. Snap back to King, handed off. Ziegler cuts back left. And then he's going to be bottled up after he gets forward to about the 28-yard line. That'll be a gain of 4 and bring up 3rd and 6 now for the Bulldogs.
No, neither offense is really able to get a lot going in this second half. And again, Copperas Cove trying to get something going, but the defense is still playing very well in this second half of the Eagles.
Bulldogs take their time here. 3rd and 6. They look to the sideline, and now the play call comes in. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Ziegler offset to the right of King in the shotgun. Snap back to King. He's looking left, throwing right. Ball hangs up. Miller is going to go up to get it. Can't come down with it inbounds. It's incomplete. That'll bring up 4th and 6 now for the Bulldogs, and that'll bring on the punt team.
Got to punt this one. You can't let this one go and try to hang on to the football here. So, again, good job by the Georgetown defense being able to get a stop here on this drive, get the ball back on the punt, and we may start seeing some different faces.
Yeah, and I think what was really telling about this whole game was that incompletion happened. Number 6, Arthur Miller, went off the field, took his helmet off. Very frustrated at how this offense has played today.
Not what they're accustomed to in putting up 90 points in the first 2 games and 8 points through 3+ quarters here in tonight's ball game. Snap is back, almost blocked again. The punt is away. Muniz will let it bounce, and it takes a Georgetown back hop there almost to midfield. Bounced about the 43-yard line. Georgetown gets some kind of roll off of that one. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Georgetown up at the 49-yard line of Georgetown. 9:38 remaining in the ball game. 44-8 your score. Georgetown, a dominant lead here over the Copperas Cove Bulldogs. The Eagles offense will come out.
It is going to be a new quarterback.
Number 9, Lindstetter.
J.D. Lindstetter in at quarterback for the Eagles. Callaghan offset to his right. 1 receiver left, 2 right. Snap back to Lindstetter. Handed off. Callaghan to the left side. He'll fall forward to about the 50-yard line, right at the midfield stripe. And that'll be a gain of 1. Bring up 2nd and 9 now.
Looks like he's got a blue number on. That makes it kind of hard to see.
Yeah, that's one of last year's jerseys.
You've got dual numbers, 1 through, I think it is, or it's several of them, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 for the Eagles. And so having to double the numbers based on offense, defense. Lindstetter, snap back, hands it off to Callaghan. Left side, hits a hole up past the 45-yard line into Bulldog territory. That'll bring up about a 3rd and 4 now for the Eagles. Clock continues to run, 8:50 left here in the ball game.
Georgetown trying to work their regular offense. Of course, they're keeping the ball on the ground a bunch to let that clock run, but trying to get a little extra experience here for a backup quarterback.
2 receivers right, Reyna and Mowdy. Tight end Herman off the left end of the line. Callaghan to the right of Lindstetter in the backfield. Shotgun snap back. Lindstetter hands it off. Callaghan across outside the numbers. And then he'll be knocked out of bounds just shy of a 1st down. He goes out of bounds. They'll spot him about the 42-yard line. About a yard short and bring up a 4th and 1 now for the Eagles. Looks like they're going to go for it here from the far side hash mark. 1 receiver left, 1 right. Lindstetter in the shotgun. Callaghan straight behind him. A clap of the hands. Now they'll look to the near side for the play call. 8:20 left here in the ball game. Georgetown by 44-8 over the Bulldogs. Lindstetter now with the play call. Back in the shotgun formation. Snap back. Hand it to Callaghan left side. Here comes the pursuit. And a great tackle to keep him short of the 1st down. Made by number 29, Jakari Edwards.
A little slow getting up.
Callaghan hobbled. And it was kind of weird. It's not a horse collar tackle, but the back of the jersey pulled, which brings Callaghan off balance and on the back of his heels. So hopefully he's all right as he comes off gingerly, but a turnover on downs gives it right back over to Copperas Cove.
Yeah, trying to get to that edge. There is some speed on that Copperas Cove defense over there, and trying to get to the edge and turn that corner is difficult. They've had a lot of success at the middle, so little change of pace there.
First and 10 for the Bulldogs from their own 46-yard line. 8:15 left here in the ball game. And I think you're right, Kelly. Not much depth on that offensive line as they take their time walking out to the field. Only 5 seconds left on the down clock. King in the shotgun, 3 receivers right. They're not going to get this play off. And now Coach Tony Johnson sees it and calls his second timeout of the second half. We'll take it with them. 44-8. Georgetown leads it over Copperas Cove as the clock continues to run here at Burkle Backfield. Quick timeout. Eagle football continues in a moment.
Holden's first half stats in the third quarter are brought to you by Graham & Sons Land and Cattle Company. Graham & Sons Land and Cattle Company is a cow-calf operation here in Central Texas, growing calves, cotton, corn, and wheat for commercial customers. Austin Graham and his team of crazy cowboys and cowgirls produce some of the best tasting meat that the First Responder Broadcasting team has ever eaten. Thank you, Graham & Sons, for your support of our broadcast of Georgetown football. Eagle fight never dies. Georgetown, there's a new dining and entertainment spot in town, Camp Brightside. Come and enjoy unbelievable food and drink menu in our rustic dining room or on the huge covered patio. Camp Brightside is not just great food and drink, but unmatched atmosphere that includes outdoor games, a wiffle ball field, and outdoor stage. Camp Brightside is located at 8701 Rural Route 2338, also known as Williams Drive, near Ronald Reagan Boulevard. Camp Brightside is the site of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. For food, fun like none other in Georgetown, visit Camp Brightside and stay a while.
A big first down pickup by the Bulldogs on the completion. A nice pass from King there. 8 minutes left here in the ball game. First and 10 into Georgetown territory at the 41-yard line. 2 receivers right. Bunch formation on the right side. Austin Hall, the running back, offset to the right of King. Snap back to King. He'll hand it off. Hall right up the middle. Dances through the line forward to about the 37-yard line. That'll be a gain of 4. Bring up 2nd and 6 now for Copperas Cove.
And you see Copperas Cove just staying in their based offense. They know this game is out of reach, so they're going to do the basics, try to get this offense rolling.
2nd and 6, 2 receivers right. Hall offset to the right of King. They'll go into action. 7:20 left in the ball game. Snap back to King. Fakes the handoff, looks to throw it, pressured. And now he's trapped in the backfield and taken down right at the line of scrimmage. No loss on the play. So a nice play by the defensive line for Georgetown there. Great pressure up the middle. King did a good job of tucking it and keeping it from a big loss.
And that was actually a smart play. Instead of trying to force something, you hang on to the football. You don't take any chances with it. Keep the drive going.
So it'll be 3rd and 6 now for the Bulldogs at the 37-yard line of Georgetown. 6:45 and the clock continues to run. Left here in the ball game. 1 receiver left, 1 right for the Bulldogs. Hall offset, or now it's going to be a new running back in the backfield. Looks to be number 26. Going to get the handoff to the right side. Being stretched out and pushed out of bounds short of the first down. Nice hustle there by number 31, Garrett Tickner. The carry was by number 26, Keyshawn Dooley, the sophomore running back. And that'll bring up a 4th and about 2 now for the Bulldogs.
And the Bulldogs are going to leave the offense on the field, of course. Nothing to lose right now, so.
Great pursuit there by Garrett Tickner to force Dooley to keep outside and unable to break it up the sideline to get that first down. So a big 4th and 2.
I tell you, Dooley's fast, and if he's got fresh legs, keep him out there for a while.
Snap back to King, hands it off, but he meets the defensive line. And on 4th and 2, they lose a yard and a half, and it's a turnover on downs. Great job by the Eagle defense as they stop the Bulldogs and take the ball back over with 6:18 remaining in the ball game. Quick timeout. Eagle football returns in a minute.
Kickoffs this season are sponsored by Syntex Shirt and Embroidery. At Syntex Shirt and Embroidery, we offer a variety of unique custom clothing and gifts, as well as personalized embroidery for gifts, schools, fundraisers, businesses, and more. Stop in today to browse what we have to offer and to ask about our custom apparel options. Whether you need 1 shirt or 100, there are no minimum order amounts on any custom pieces. Ask about our military discounts as well. Stop by our shop at 1911 North Austin Avenue, Suite 103, and check out our in-stock spirit apparel, or check out our website at www.syntexshirt.com.
The official outfitter of your Georgetown Eagles broadcast team with First Responder Broadcasting.
So Luke Livingston on the carry there, a gain of about 5.5, almost 6 yards, brings up 2nd and 4 for the Eagles. Maddox Borden now in a quarterback for the Georgetown Eagles, the 6'1", 170-pound junior. He'll hand it off to, nope, he swings it out here, but he overthrows Max Muniz on the near sideline. A great fake there to look like Livingston got the ball. Borden, the lefty, kept it, slung it out here to Muniz, but overshoots him, so it's incomplete. Brings up 3rd and 4 for Georgetown.
Hadn't thrown many passes this season, and I think he got excited to see it. It's a great play setup, great play call, just little overthrown.
Yeah, and in the instances we have seen Borden throw the ball, he absolutely has a cannon for an arm. He's taking some moon shots, so the cannon there backfires a little bit.
Yeah, it's tough to turn and throw like that, not set your feet.
Did anyone hear what the referee said?
Yeah, he called off the flag for, I believe, an ineligible man downfield.
So it'll be 3rd and 4 for Georgetown at their own 41-yard line. Mowdy, the lone receiver, left. Caleb Reyna, the receiver, right side. Borden has Livingston directly behind him in the shotgun formation. 5:43 remaining in the ball game. Snap back to Borden. He's looking left, going to sling it left. Catch made by Carson Mowdy. Breaks a tackle, and he'll have enough for a Georgetown first down.
Boy, that's what you needed there for the young quarterback to make a completion, keep this drive going, get a few more reps under his belt.
Nice catch by Carson Mowdy, the 6', 175-pound senior. A borrow for Morrow first down up to the 47-yard line. Georgetown offense continues to roll on, leading at 44-8 here with 5:25 remaining in the ball game. Mowdy comes wide here to the wide side with Caleb Reyna. 2 receivers right, none left. Snap back to Borden. He'll hand it off to Livingston. Right side, cuts it back towards the middle, gets up to midfield, and he'll be stopped and driven back there. But it'll be a gain of 3, bring up 2nd and 7 now for the Eagles.
Good penetration there on the Copperas Cove side by, I think it was Christian Jefferson, number 37, but he didn't have his head up, didn't see the ball carrier. Could have stopped it for a short loss, but was unable to do so.
Number 66 coming in for your Georgetown Eagles. Jack Covan, the senior offensive lineman, coming in to replace number 76, Ryan Mishcott, on the offensive line. 2nd and 7 from midfield. Borden with 2 receivers right, 1 left, turns, fakes the handoff. The lefty will roll left, does a great job, but he fumbles. Stripped there in the backfield. He got out of pressure, but a great job by number 18, Matt Ziegler, the sophomore. I think reached out and may have knocked it out of the left hand of Borden, but a great job by Maddox to fall on it. And now a big 3rd and about 20 or 21 for Georgetown, all the way back to the 37-yard line.
A lot of pressure there by Copperas Cove. They have not quit playing in this game. They were trying to get after the quarterback there and force something, and they were able to do that.
So Borden looks to the near sideline to get the signal. 2 receivers left, 2 right, Reyna and Muniz. Here on the near side. On the far side, Evan Palmer and Carson Mowdy. Luke Livingston offset to the right of Borden in the shotgun. Middle of the field at the 37, 3:46 remaining. Snap back, and now there's a whistle right before the snap. And instead of 3rd and 20, it's going to be 3rd and 25 now for the Eagles. Play call coming in and getting that play snapped off, taking too long. So a big penalty there, backs them up even more. 3rd and 25 from their own 32-yard line.
You hear that backup signal on that truck right now.
Going the wrong direction. Borden back. Wide receiver screen to Max Muniz. He gets a couple of blocks, but runs into the back of one of his blockers trying to cut through a gap. And a good tackle there by number 29, Jakari Edwards. And that'll bring up 4th and about 23 or 22 for the Eagles. And here comes on Braylon Westfall to punt it away.
Good call. Good call for the punt. I don't think there's much in the playbook for 4th and Round Rock.
Yeah, 4th and 22 from the 35. Arthur Miller back at about the 33-yard line. The snap is back. Westfall will get the punt away. Low line driver. Miller catches it at the 30, goes to the right. And what a tackle. Regan Tarosian does a great job there. Tarosian followed him out and just kind of right angle there as Miller tried to get to the outside on the far side. And a great tackle by Regan Tarosian to stop the advance by Miller. And he's going to be taken down at the 34-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. 2:47 remaining.
So, go ahead.
No, you go for it.
I was just going to say Regan did a good job. They teach the lanes on kick coverage like that, and he stayed out there in his lane to keep him from being able to get to that sideline.
I was just going to shout out the physicality of these receivers. We're seeing excellent blocking from Sedgwick and the like on the downfield offensive plays, but then the physicality to go make a tackle as a receiver on special teams, the two unsung aspects of being a receiver, you're seeing it well-coached receiving room.
New quarterback in. That's number 10, Cameron Rodriguez. Quick swing out to the flat and immediately hit, but breaks free and then hit again. The original hit was delivered by number 17. I think that's Reagan Riney.
Basically an entirely new defense out there for your Eagles. All replacements.
Reagan Riney had the initial stick, couldn't make the tackle, and then ended up following up and making the tackle after the receiver broke one or two more tackles. And it was a big stop, and it's a loss of 4 on the play. Brings up 2nd and 14. Great effort by Riney.
Very, very good effort by Riney out there. And you saw a strong run because the receiver broke 2-3 tackles just trying to make something happen, but the pursuit was there.
Rodriguez in shotgun. Turns, hands it off. The running back comes back to the near side. Gets up right past the 35-yard line. It's a run by Austin Hall. He's taken down by number 24, Caden Hogue, and number 31, Garrett Tickner. A gain of about 6 yards on the play, up to the 36-yard line. And it'll bring up a big 3rd and 8 now for the Bulldogs. 1:35 remaining here in the ballgame. The clock continues to run. Georgetown leads it 44-8. Georgetown's going to move to 3-0 on the season going into their bye week. Copperas Cove is going to fall to 1-2 on the year. And they'll follow this up with a game against the Del Valle Cardinals next week on the 20th. 1:15 remaining as the ball snapped back, handed to Hall. Hall right up the middle, and he'll get up to about the 40-yard line before he's stopped there. Tickner on another tackle for this Georgetown defense, and it brings up 4th and about 3.5 for the Bulldogs now as we tick under 1 minute remaining here in the ballgame.
Especially even into the second half, first half and second half, we've seen a pretty complete game by this defense. Again, Copperas Cove has put a lot of points on the board this season in their first 2 games, but this Georgetown defense has been pretty stout tonight and kept them from putting points on the board.
35 seconds remaining. It's Copperas Cove. Back to the line, 4th and about 3.5. Snap back, Rodriguez hands it off to Hall, right side. A little delay there, and he makes a big run up past midfield, the 45 of Georgetown. Nice run by Austin Hall. They're going to mark him down at the 44 of Georgetown. 21 seconds left. They'll stop the clock as they set the chains, but that may be the last play the Bulldogs run here in the ballgame. The clock starts again. And it looks like the clock is going to run out here at Burkle backfield. Maybe one more snap for Rodriguez and the Bulldogs. Snap is back with 7 seconds. Hands it off to the running back, Dooley. He breaks to the left side, takes a hit by Reagan Riney right at the first down marker, up to about the 33 of Georgetown, but a flag comes in here. The time runs out. We'll see if the penalty's on the defense or not. So we'll see what the referee has to say.
Illegal substitution, number 13, defense, 5-yard penalty, added to the end of the run, first down.
So the game can't end on defensive penalty, so the Bulldogs are going to get one more play, an untimed down. And it'll be spotted inside the 30 after the run there by Dooley. So the 5-yard penalty put it about the 30, maybe the 29-yard line of Georgetown.
I'd take a shot. Why not?
Let Cameron Rodriguez take a shot here. Georgetown's going to advance to 3-0, Kelly, and something that a lot of talk was about the athletic ability of this Copperas Cove team, the fact that they are a high-flying offense, typically in Georgetown's defense, put on a show here tonight, limiting them to 8 points. Rodriguez will hand it off. Dooley comes near side, 35 up to about the 30, and he'll be hit and taken down about the 32-yard line, and that will be the ball game. Georgetown wins it 44-8 over the Copperas Cove Bulldawgs to go to 3-0 on the season. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back and wrap it up. Georgetown football continues in a moment here on the SHN Sports Network.
The second quarter is brought to you by Aesthetic Dentistry of Georgetown. The mission and purpose of our team is to help provide quality of life with healthy and beautiful smiles. Determine if a highly trained cosmetic dentist is the best option for your smile. We are located at 3622 Williams Drive, Building 2 in Georgetown, Texas. Visit our webpage at www.aestheticdentistrygt.com or call 512-819-9100.
Back live here at Burkle Backfield. Let's go to the field with Dave and Coach Gerald Flores.
Coach Flores, a new offense, a new offensive coordinator, dominating first halves of all 3 games, 3-0. Give us your evaluation. What are your thoughts on so far in the non-district play?
Man, when you say that, the only thing I think is we've got to dominate for all 4 quarters. You know, we're getting ready to go into a tough district. Our kids went out and executed, and they did a great job. And here's the thing, we got great players here at Georgetown. We got great kids. They took to the game plan. They executed the game plan to a T. We did have 2 3-and-outs, and that's something we'll evaluate. You know, we try and stay 1 3-and-out or less in the half, so we definitely want to get better there going into district play. But the main thing is we need to be able to play 4 quarters. You know, but here's the deal, like, this offense has been here since forever, 2008, you know, with Coach Blue and Coach Griffin setting the foundation, and then Coach Beatty, you know, taking over after. And so I just see myself as a caretaker to this program, and just being able to go out there and take the kids that we got and put us in the best position, and just hope that we continue to do what we're doing in practice and go out and execute in games.
We're seeing a really physical, this is probably one of the more physical ball clubs I've seen since 2012.
Yeah, you know, that's one of our 3 pillars when we talk about Code Blue offense. We want to play fast and tempo the opponent into submission. We want to be fearless. You know, we're going to let them hang and go score points and get after it. But here's the thing, the most important thing and the first thing on that is physical. We got to go be physical. We want to out-physical the opponent. We want to pound them into submission. We want them to say, I don't want to play the Georgetown Eagles again. And on defense and on offense and special teams, that's one of our main core values, that we want to go be tough people, mentally and physically. And so I think our kids are just taking to that and owning it.
We've had a lot of fun watching this offense, and good luck and get some rest on the bye week.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Guys?
I think that answered a lot of questions we had when we talk about it, Dave, about we need them to perform 4 quarters. And to see your offensive coordinator say that right out of the box, that's something that you've got to be excited about as they work their way towards district in 2 weeks.
Hey, Dave, maybe see if you can get Coach Griffin, get all the interviews we can. Why not?
Absolutely.
You said Coach Griffin?
Yeah.
All right.
Georgetown proves a 3-0, 44-8 win here. And Dave going down to hunt old Coach Chuck Griffin. Coach.
So I lied. We are going to interview you.
All right, okay.
Well, 3-0.
Yep, 3-0.
Dominating on offense, and we're seeing a really physical football team this year.
Yeah. I mean, dominant on defense. I mean, those guys were averaging over 45 points a game, and our defense outscored them tonight. So, man, that's big time. And, man, excited about our kids, making some good stuff happen on offense. You know, we just got to keep getting better, keep it improving.
From a sideline perspective, I've just noticed these kids gelling really well.
Yeah.
And how does that bode going in? You know, we get 2 weeks off, but going into district play, and then you've got the playoffs after that.
Yeah, we just got to keep getting better, keep growing as a team, keep gelling as a team, keep getting better and better.
All right, we'll see you Wednesday, Coach.
All right, man.
Actually, probably not next week.
We will take this Wednesday off. There will not be an Eagle Nation coaches show at Camp Brightside. We'll get to take the week off. No football Tuesday or Friday, but that gives you a chance, and we need everyone we can. I got to tell you about it. Tuesday night, Eastview comes to Georgetown to take on your Lady Eagle volleyball team. It doesn't matter. I likened it the other day, Kelly. I was talking about it. It's like UT and OU. It's like Dallas and Washington. It doesn't matter who's good, who's bad. It doesn't matter records. When those two schools play, it's going to be a good head-to-head competition.
Yep.
Eastview comes in for the first matchup of the volleyball season in district against Georgetown on Tuesday night live here at Georgetown High School. 6:30 is the first serve for varsity. As soon as JV ends, we'll go live and bring you the pregame and that call. So come join us here at the gymnasium at Georgetown High School and then enjoy it. You get the rest of the week off. No coaches show on Wednesday. No football game Friday, and then we'll come back live for the coaches show on Wednesday following that before we get ready for Leander on that Friday night. But some good things you like. Yep. The physicality, and, man, I didn't even think about it. I love that Coach said that. The defense outscored an offense that's averaging 45 points on the year with 2 pick sixes to the 8 points allowed on the offensive side for Copperas Cove.
This defense is one of the most dominant defenses I've seen this early in the season with Georgetown. And I've been watching Georgetown a long time. They get to the ball fast. They take care of their responsibilities. There's just not a lot out there for the first 3 offenses that we've seen. But that's going to step up when district play starts in a couple of weeks. But they've got something to build on, and if the offense starts to struggle, this is the kind of defense that can keep people in ball games.
I tell you what, you look forward to a bye week at certain times of the season. Georgetown having it at a great point here. I got to be personally honest, guys. I'm not looking forward to the bye week. After the steaks that were brought in tonight by Austin Graham and Sons tonight, I'm kind of not looking forward to next Friday night. I might have to make my own dinner or something. That was some of the best steaks ever, and I appreciate it because Austin did that. I barbecue all you want, and his barbecue is second to none. Those steaks were on point. Amazing. Thank you so much to Austin Graham and for all that he does for us. And I tell you what, we could do it without our sponsors. We have so many, and we could thank them all, and we could take all night long to thank them. But we appreciate each and every one of them. And at the end, Kelly plays this a slide that will show you all of our sponsors. Go out and fraternize those sponsors for us. We appreciate it. Syntex Shirt and Embroidery, JMT's Aesthetic Dentistry of Georgetown. I mean, you can keep the Graham & Sons Cattle Company, Borrow for Morrow. Matt Morrow's been with us for so many years. Oak Ridge Disciple House. I mean, just keep going.
Oak Ridge, 14th year as a sponsor of our broadcast. And, folks, it's these businesses that help us keep these broadcasts free to you. So if you can, throw your business at them. Let them know you appreciate them for sponsoring these broadcasts, because without them, we could not do it.
Especially to Cody Hurt and the Strip Matters and the crew there, the ownership at River and Ranch Provisions, Golden Rule, the Goldberger, Mesquite Creek Outfitters, and especially Camp Brightside for being
River and
Ranch Provisions for being great sponsors and being the sponsor of the Eagle Nation Coaches Show that Kelly and Jory did such a great job this week on with Coach Griffin and Brant Hargrove and Dylan Turbinville in my absence. And so we'll get a week off, gentlemen, but what a better week than to celebrate with a 3-0 start. You saw some great things out of this team. I'm most excited about this defense, what Matt Laux has brought into this program to replace what you saw as a high-energy defense with Coach Nicky. I tell you what, these players have bought into what Coach Matt Laux has brought, and this defense is fun to watch.
I think it's going to show in our stats. Holden, what you got for the final stats?
Yeah.
Final stats on both sides obviously going to be very favoring Georgetown. But talking about the defense, Copperas Cove averaged 3.9 yards a play. Not just passing, not just running. 3.9 yards a play. They averaged even less throwing the ball. Averaged 2.9 yards an attempt.
Wow.
Which I don't think I've ever seen a number that low. Held Anthony King 7-23, 74 yards. Obviously those 2 pick sixes. And we've mentioned multiple times how sometimes he was a little inaccurate, throwing the ball down the field, but he's not playing against air. There is a Georgetown Eagles defense that's making these throws difficult for him, making him flush out, have to do it on the run. And it completely shattered whatever game plan they came into the game with. They had to go to their third-string running back to try to find some semblance of offense. So like you're saying, a completely dominating force defensively.
A great job. Jaheim Dowd picks up his second interception of the year, his first pick six. Luke Holly follows it with a pick six of his own. This defense continues to show out. You can throw out all the names you want. Seth Warren at the linebacker spot alongside Chance Kelly and Cole Mitchell. Luke Butch making a name this year. We talked about it. We kind of joked with him at Media Day. Like, man, switching to 99, that's a pretty big task after Michael Valenta and the years he had here at Georgetown on this defensive line. And Luke Butch is taking that 99 personal and doing a great job leading this defense as well on that defensive front.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and I'm kind of like you, not only for the food, but for the football. Got a bye week. We'll take a breath. These guys will take a breath. And, hey, to all of you who've watched on YouTube, thank you so much for joining us.
Georgetown wins it 44-8 over the Copperas Cove Bulldawgs to improve to 3-0 on the young season. We'll have a bye week next week. No coaches show, no football game, but come back and join us a week from Wednesday at Camp Brightside. 6 p.m. We'll have the Eagle Nation Coaches Show with Coach Chuck Griffin, myself, Kelly Duvall. We'll be there live, and then we'll be on the road Friday night at AC Bible Junior Stadium the 27th of September to take on the Leander Lions in the district opener. For Doppler, Dave, England, for Kelly Duvall, for Holden Toomer, for Jory Eggerson, and to our producer who got the night off, my wife, Jerry Ann Harmon, I'm Wally Harmon. Thanks for supporting First Responder Broadcasting here on the SHN Sports Network. It doesn't cost you a dime to be kind, but more importantly, drive yourself to live like Knox. The Live Like Knox Foundation is built around a 12-year-old that lived his life in ultimate kindness for others. He died in a tragic ATV accident earlier this year, just had his 13th birthday, and the Didalowitz family continues to struggle with the loss, but they are able to strive on because of the ability to keep his legacy alive through his foundation. The Live Like Knox Foundation, strive to be kind to everybody you come in contact with, and the world will be a better place. Thanks for joining us tonight. Georgetown 44, Copperas Cove 8. Good night, everybody.